You are now entering Video Village.
On a clear day, you can see Digital City. So let's hope it's foggy.
Coming up,
I review Resident Alien.
I review Code of Silence and Materialists.
And then we both review Smurfs,
Elio,
Smoke,
The Pickup,
Together,
Jurassic World Rebirth,
The Fantastic Four, First Steps,
and War of the Worlds. We're going to start with a Jordan review.
Yay!
Resident Alien Season 4.
Yes, indeed. Resident Alien stars Alan Tudyk as an alien who becomes a resident
Of...
Patience, Colorado, I believe is the place. Yeah, Alan Tudyk, he's an alien. He comes to planet Earth with the intention of destroying humanity, but he crash lands, loses track of the doomsday device that he's got. So he has to kill and assume the form of a human that lives kind of on the outskirts of the town. Turns out that human is a doctor, and so he's roped in, the alien is roped in, to kind of diagnose the cause of death of the actual town doctor who died under unrelated circumstances. Right. And then the town realizes, oh shit, we don't have a town doctor. Do you mind?
Right.
Resident Alien?
Okay.
Except they don't call him Resident Alien.
Sure. They don't know.
Harry Vanderspiegel, I think is...
Sure. It's Colorado, is it?
I think it's Colorado,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was Alaska for some reason.
Okay. Well, it's that kind of...
I know it's snow and everything, but I thought it was really north.
Yeah.
You know?
The first season is definitely snow. After that, it becomes summer, so the snow kind of goes away after a while. Which, yeah.
It loses something.
That was very much the character of the first season for me, is it's a snowy, like, middle of nowhere kind of town. But then they kind of do, as the show goes on, they kind of do the Parks and Rec thing where there's a town nearby that's, like, so much better than them.
Sure.
And the mayor has, like, town envy.
Okay.
He's like, no. It doesn't matter that they're better than us in every way. We're actually the better town.
Okay.
There's, like, a whole plot line where they're planning to open a ski resort, so he's trying to hijack those plans and open a ski resort first.
Right.
This is the thing. It's a very silly show. I watched it for Alan Tudyk. Well, I started watching it because my boss in work was like, "Oh, I've seen the show called Resident Alien. It's good. Like, turn your brain off TV.
Yes,
it's comfortable."
I watched the first season.
Yeah.
Back whenever.
Yes.
And I didn't carry on after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Yes.
And in a way, it was kind of fortunate because I was watching it. I caught up to season 4, which aired this year, and then 2 episodes before the end of the season, they said the series is going to finish with series 4.
Yes.
So I ended up kind of watching the whole thing. I've now seen the whole thing, technically. Yeah, but it's a very silly show. I mean, the appeal of it is Alan Tudyk playing a character that is doing a bad impression of a human.
Yes. In the skin of a human being.
In the skin of a human being, yeah. So it's a lot of like, I am a human man, I eat pie.
Yes.
That kind of character.
Yes.
It's very, yeah.
Is it an out-and-out comedy or is it a comedy drama?
It's, I guess, comedy drama.
Okay.
Because there are more dramatic components. There are world-ending stakes in the show from the start. And they kind of change season to season. So you got that kind of little murder mystery in the first season, but then by the time you get to season 2, they introduce like time travel into it, and then season 3, other alien races get introduced. So throughout the show, it's like there's a constant threat. Okay. But the threat is not so dramatic and sinister that they can't have plenty of tangents.
Yeah, it doesn't override the comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes the goofiness definitely works in its favour. Not just Alan Tudyk's performance, but whenever he's in his alien form, quite often they'll use practical effects to achieve that. And the practical effects, they're just the right mixture of goofy and well executed.
Yeah, I remember him as the alien.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good model. Like, it's a good design as well.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of this, like, massive bipedal creature that has these, like, little vestigial arms in his stomach.
Yeah.
And his stomach is kind of like, I think it's got almost like an intestinal design to it. Right. So he's very alien looking. But kind of evokes the spirit of, like, traditional alien, like the little green men. He has that kind of face to him. And also the other storylines in the show, because it does start off as like, oh, it's going to be this murder mystery where there's an alien. That's a neat little twist. But it very quickly expands to, oh, it's just a show about the town and the people.
Yeah, Parks and Rec, I think, is the apt comparison. Yeah, and with like a real fondness for the characters, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, my guess was going into it was always it's going to end up being E.T., basically. As in, they all come to love this thing, and it's a tragedy when he goes. Yeah. And I imagine he goes.
Well, spoilers?
Well, it's the final season, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Funnily enough, there's a running gag where pretty much all of the alien characters in the show all find E.T. incredibly sexually attractive.
Okay.
So whenever E.T. is brought up, because obviously E.T. is going to be brought up, because that's a good point of reference for people, Alan Tudyk is like visibly aroused.
They get the horn.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, there's also storylines that Alan Tudyk isn't really a part of, where sometimes, like I said, the goofiness works to its advantage. I think there's
very quickly. When you said visibly aroused, you were kind of pointing at your face.
Oh, right.
So when you said visibly aroused, you don't mean he's got a notable hard-on?
No.
You mean he gets flustered?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
His eyes kind of flutter and he bites his lip and stuff.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't look like my face.
No. I was thinking because I saw the body language.
Okay.
What people heard was he's visibly aroused.
I see. Okay.
So I was just making sure.
No, that's fair enough. Actually, yeah.
So it's not that kind of.
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a storyline where the detective and the deputy have kind of fallen out, and that resolution is done through them doing karaoke together.
Right.
As a typical thing where like the karaoke song they're singing, the lyrics are actually very apt to what they're talking about, and they kind of...
The winner takes it all.
Yeah, exactly. So little things like that where it's like, okay, that kind of works quite nicely. There are other times, though, where the goofiness works against the show, I find. Whereas the practical effects are usually very well calibrated, because they introduce like a baby alien as well at one point. A Balian.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes they've got a little puppet, which is quite funny when you've got this little puppet being limply thrown across the room. That's quite fun to see.
Yes.
But a lot of the time, it's CG.
Okay.
And when they introduce the little green men, who sort of become villains later on in the show, the grey aliens from Mars, they're all CG.
Okay.
A lot of the ship stuff when they're in the ship, that's all CG. And the show does not have the budget to sustain that kind of CG.
Yeah. Okay. Also, CG just doesn't lend itself to comedy. It just doesn't.
Yeah, it's interesting because, like, having those... like I said, they're not bad practical effects.
Yeah.
They're not so bad it's good. They're actually genuinely good practical effects. But seeing a rubbery alien, it just fits that tone.
It does. Yeah.
And so, when you've got these, like, little grey men, which are very clearly digital and smooth, and it's, like, it's not the same.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch a comedy and there's something that's clearly been achieved with visual effects... It's robbed of something.
Yeah.
That's why the world, for one of many reasons, that the world's end is superior to This Is the End.
Okay.
Know? Yeah, when it's a joke and, it's Michael Cera or whoever being dragged into hell by this. Yeah, but it's not real. None of it's real, The charm of practical effects adds to the levity of it,
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas, unless it's awful CG like Birdemic or whatever, it's like that's what's funny.
Yeah.
Then no, CG does not work with comedy.
No, and it's not. It's CG that's clearly trying.
Yeah.
And there are also instances where I think in the third season, this is sort of a review of the whole show. I didn't realize it was going to be this, but
maybe we should just call it Resident Alien.
Yeah, because it's like I could talk about just the fourth season, but. I do think that when I think of that show, I think of it as a unit
in its totality. Yeah.
Like they do have plot lines that run through specific seasons, and there are characters that don't make it past certain points.
And we've never reviewed it.
Yeah. But it is like I think quality wise as well, it's all kind of on the same level.
Okay.
It's interesting because it's very inconsistent in terms of its episode count.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first season it's either like 8 or 10 episodes, which is sort of what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Second season is 16 episodes. The third season is 8.
Right.
And now this last season is 10. So it's all over the place.
I think it bounced around networks as well, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like it started on Sci-Fi maybe and then went over to... I know it became a co-production.
Yeah.
Like not Netflix, but maybe, like...
USA, I think.
Got it USA Network, maybe. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Sci-Fi, I think Sci-Fi have had a hand in it as well.
Yeah, it was never fully safe.
No.
Fully stable.
Yeah.
So it is kind of amazing it lasted as long as it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think critics liked it from the off, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, well, I think it's a show that you'll know straight away if it's for you or not.
Yeah, and I didn't dislike it. It just wasn't all that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it got better, I don't know. But it's like, okay, I know what that show is,
Yeah. And it never stops being that show, really. Like, it kind of stays... Like I said, even though they'll introduce other elements, it sort of stays at a similar... For me, it always kind of stayed at the same level. And just to kind of wrap up that point about the goofiness working against it, I think in the third season, they introduce another alien character who's like this blue avian creature.
Okay.
And...
a bluebird.
A bluebird, yeah. And Harry Vanderspiegel, like throughout the show, he's kind of referred to the fact that those aliens are the sexiest aliens of all.
Right.
And so when she shows up... they kind of engage in this like passionate relationship, and both of them are acting at 11 at each other.
Okay.
Like, because she's really committing to the whole I'm a bird pretending to be a human bit.
Right.
And he's committing to the whole I'm an alien pretending to be a human thing. So yeah, they're like constantly like all over each other, and they're like, he's giving her food and she's like pecking at it like she's a bird.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a lot, you know?
Okay.
And I know it's like, because they were going for the whole, young love is kind of overwhelming when you're not in that relationship and you're having to put up with the people that are.
Right, yeah.
But it still felt like way too much, like performance-wise.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, they're doing the extraterrestrial tryst version of Ron Swanson and Tammy.
Yeah.
Where they just can't keep their hands off each other, like in The Office and all that kind of thing. Yeah. But they're taking it to, like you said, to 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was quite a lot to to deal with.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk's performance, like I said, it's the highlight of the show for me, to the point where when other characters showed up and he wasn't in those scenes, it was a bit like, oh.
Well,
like I have to wait for him to come back now.
Yeah, I remember the supporting cast being bland.
They are bland, but like, I think it doesn't want you to dislike any of them.
And that's fair enough, but I can't remember anybody else.
Yeah.
And I know there's a character that, to me, her and Dexter New Blood, they're both Native American female sheriffs, and it's all kind of the same. I'm not saying they're all the same, but like they're indistinct to me.
She's not actually the sheriff in Resident Alien. She works at the clinic. She's a nurse.
She's a nurse.
Yeah.
Okay, but there is a sheriff, right?
Yeah, but he's not Native American. He's black. Because I think
black sheriff. There are Native Americans in it, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and they're like a part of that community, but they're none of them hold a position in the sheriff's office.
But okay, just the cast being a substantial portion of them being Native American.
Yeah, and there are like little plot lines in the show and moments where they focus on like, Native American culture. Isn't it so rich and wonderful? Okay.
Do they do a thing about like, that Whitey stole our land and now he's trying to steal our planet or something?
I think so, but it's never like to dramatic effect.
No, just it's a gag.
Yeah.
Well,
it's kind of like the characters know that like, I'm just kind of ribbing you, you know?
Yeah.
When I say that you're taking our land or whatever.
Well, this is Alan Tudyk's showcase, isn't it?
Yes.
That's the thing. I think it's pretty much his only lead role.
Okay, all right.
That I can think of. Yeah, which is a shame, really, because it wasn't watched by many. Obviously, it's ended now.
Yeah.
I don't know if its reputation is going to grow in the next few. I can't see it.
It's always a gamble with cancelled shows, isn't it? Because sometimes people find them too late. Firefly, and they're like,
which she's also in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, why didn't we treat the show better?
Yes.
And then there are other times where it's cancelled because no one watched it, and
that was the right thing to do.
Yeah. Kind of like Duster, you know? That's not a bad show. We reviewed it a couple of episodes ago, but I can't imagine it's the kind of show where people are going to find it.
No, that's done.
Yeah.
Duster's gone now.
Yeah.
So I'm curious what happens to Resident, because he's been in the news recently. Obviously, he's promoting the final season.
Yeah.
But he's been in the news for kind of calling out. He's an iRobot. He did motion capture and voices. I think Sunny is the character in iRobot.
Yeah.
The Will Smith film. And he said all of his... They did a test screening, and the audience loved his character more than the Will Smith character.
Right.
And so he was name was taken out off the film.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because Will Smith had to be the most likable guy in the film. Weirdly, tangent. I saw a round table with Will Smith from... It must have been for the King Richard campaign, that year. And he says, this is going to sound weird. He said, I've always had this psychological thing. He said, when I was young, my first girlfriend broke up with me. And I told myself that no one's ever going to break up with me again. And the way I'm going to make that happen is I'm going to become the biggest movie star in the world.
Okay.
Like, that just puts the slap in and completely contextualizes it, doesn't it? Yeah, he's completely mental. But yes, Resident Alien.
Yeah. One thing you might appreciate about Alan Tudyk, the way that he plays that character, because you love calling people autistic, is that character does feel, over the course of the show, it does feel like they're leaning into a more autistic coding for that performance. I think there's an episode where they go to New York, and he's so overwhelmed by the stimuli of everything, and it really did feel like watching like an autistic person like being overwhelmed, Right. There might even be like in the show, people might even say like, oh, you're a bit autistic. Right. Or you come across as a bit autistic. Yes. I'm not sure if they do, but it's the type of show where I think they would say that, but like in a nice way.
Autism occupies such a weird space in our culture, because you'd think it would be one of the protected classes. I'm not saying it's not, but like in the hierarchy of oppression. But you often hear just casually, on social media and stuff, like, oh, they've got a touch of autism.
Right.
It's like people, they say a bit autistic about themselves.
Yeah.
Way, okay. So it is this weird kind of...
It's sort of in the same camp as
OCD. Yeah. But it's funny that though autism especially hasn't been completely subsumed by the, protective classes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Another thing you might appreciate, because you made this point with Poker Face. In the first season, there's a child in the town that is able to see aliens even when they've taken human form. So he knows Alan Tudyk is an alien.
Right.
And that sparks a kind of enemyship between the two of them.
Yeah.
Because the kid is trying to prove he's an alien and the alien is trying to discredit him.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, so it's kind of this fun little rivalry. Because it starts out as like, I'm going to ruin you, basically. And then by the time you get to a couple of seasons in, it's like, I'm going to exploit you for lunch money.
Okay.
I'm going to bribe you so you have to give me lunch money.
Yeah. They're not mortal enemies. They're rivals.
And their relationship softens as the show goes on, because every character's relationship softens.
And they like each other really.
Yeah. It's not a serious thing between the two.
It's Gareth and Tim, or Jim and Dwight.
Yes. Yeah, it's that kind of thing. The sheriff, he's kind of I didn't like him as a character because at the beginning he's very his whole thing is that he's egotistical and that he takes credit for everything and he has to be the best cop. He has to be. And that kind of causes friction between him and his deputy. But then again, as the show goes on, it kind of revealed it's because his partner was killed back in the big city and now he feels responsible. And
does anyone say to him, if you want to be a big fish in a small pond, fuck off at Model Village?
No, they don't say that. Yeah, but that kind of again strengthens your point that the show wants you to like all of its characters, because his main character trait is not a desirable one.
Yes.
But the show very quickly tries to correct that.
But it's the same way that, I don't know.
Not correct that, because he's always the same character.
Yeah, ameliorate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing with, Rob Lowe, and he's not narcissistic, but, he's perfect. That's the thing about his character.
Yeah.
But you like him.
Yes.
So, yeah, you don't take any of it really that seriously. It's all just about being nice to each other, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Resident Alien, it's in the mode of nice comedy, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's... the opening title sequence to every episode, they kind of change. So they have these kind of airplane safety manuals, those kind of illustrations.
I know what you mean.
Giving instructions on how to pass as a human. But they're all
are all the episodes how to blah blah blah?
No, it's not like that. It's purely for the opening credits. Okay. But they're all kind of they're not getting it right. They're doing the thing that every person wants to do, but you don't actually do it. For example, there's one where he's at a concert and the human next to him has taken a phone call.
Yes.
And the instructions are telling him to break the phone and shove it down the guy's throat.
Right.
So it's that kind of thing. But the final episodes, the alien is walking past the person smiling, and then the person he's walking past smiles. And then I think every person that's ever appeared in an illustration, they're all smiling at each other. Mm-hmm. So it's a final, just the final... It's almost like a statement for the finale.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the show, ultimately, it is about humanity and kindness and
anything about aliens, really.
Pretty much,
it's about humanity. Yeah.
But it does feel again, I never thought of Parks and Rec when I watched it.
Right.
But you made the comparison here, and now a lot of stuff is kind of falling in place for me, because the finale feels a lot like the Parks and Rec finale, where pretty much every character gets a happy ending. Okay. And everyone, it resolves everything.
Yeah, just the way you talk about it, it sounds Mike Sherry. Okay. Like his kind of show, like The Good Place as well, which is really, it's all about, even with this lofty premise, it's really just about being kind.
Yeah.
That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, pretty much.
The new punk.
yeah, absolutely.
Is that it?
I think so. I think I recommend it. It's like I said, it's the type of show you'll know straight away whether you're going to be able to put up with it or not. Because it's 4 seasons of what you see in the pilot.
Right.
Overall, I think it's a net positive. I'm glad that it exists. I don't resent the fact that I watched it. I don't think I have any reason to go back to it. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those shows where I think I'd characterize it as a what shall I watch show.
Yes, okay.
Where you're sitting down, you're like, right, I got an hour. What shall I watch?
Yeah, it's easy watching. It's like the equivalent of easy listening music.
Yeah.
It's just, okay. Now, one of mine.
Okay.
Code of Silence.
Go on then.
I have a lot less to say about it than...
Right.
It's basically about a young woman who is deaf, played by a deaf actress, who works in the cafeteria of a police station, and she is brought in to help them lip read some footage they have from CCTV.
Okay.
And she ends up involving herself more and more in the case, finding purpose and adrenaline certainly in it.
Yeah.
And she starts inserting herself where she shouldn't be.
Okay.
So she starts getting involved with the criminals that they're... Anyway, and it all spirals from there. This is the second British deaf drama of the year I've seen, which also... And the other one, Reunion, also starred Rose Ayling-Elis.
Okay. She's the only deaf one we've got.
Well, she's certainly the most famous one over here. She was in either Coronation Street or East... She's in a soap, I think. And then she won Strictly Come Dancing.
Okay.
She's a cute, endearing lead. She's a hot deaf woman.
Okay. I see why she's famous.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's a unique way to tell a story. It's easy to watch, binge-worthy even. Only 6 45-minute long episodes, though it has been renewed for Series 2. They make the villain deaf-phobic in one scene, which felt totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
You don't need that on top of everything else. Otherwise, it's nothing special, but it's quick and digestible dramatainment. The dramatic equivalent of Resident Alien now.
Oh, right, okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, right,
yeah.
Okay.
Materialists. No, you haven't seen this either of you.
I haven't.
Okay. So once again, we have ourselves an A24 film. And this more supports my initial point about it, is that it doesn't tick the boxes of an A24.
There's no sense of dread. There's no...
No.
Okay.
None of that.
Right.
It's about... Dakota Johnson is a matchmaker, a professional matchmaker, works for this big company. But she herself, is not in a relationship. And then it's her torn between her ex, played by Chris Evans, who is a struggling actor, and Pedro Pascal, a rich businessman.
Who is not a struggling actor.
Who's not a struggling actor.
Because he's in fucking everything.
Because he's in fucking everything, absolutely. This is another film where Dakota is snapped up by a rich bloke. Celine Song's Past Lives was her breakout a few years ago. This is her second film, more mainstream, but it's no Hitch or trad rom-com. It still has one foot at least planted in the indie world. I bought Dakota Johnson as the level-headed, pragmatic, mercenary indeed relationship guru. We can place this alongside A Bigger Splash, The Peanut Butter Falcon, and Daddy-O on the good Johnson shelf. Chris Evans is decent. It's nice seeing him trying to branch out. And you and I have discussed the overexposure of Pedro Pascal to the point of fatigue. But I liked him in this.
Okay.
He might be the best thing about the film.
That's the thing. Pedro Pascal is in a lot of things, and he's not great in all of them.
No.
But he is good. He can be good.
We'll talk about it in a couple of weeks with another review of another film he's in.
Okay.
But
are we not talking about another one today that he's in?
Yes, we are indeed. Yeah, but another one again next time.
Okay.
He can afford to be in so many things because he's barely in a lot of them.
Okay.
In this, it's it's a striking supporting role, but it wouldn't require much of his time.
Right.
So yeah. The dialogue is sharp and its observations keen, while Johnson's character is depicted as being very learned in the business of dating. She does take her new rich boyfriend to her poor ex-boyfriend's play.
Right.
They're all adult about it and everything, but that's not on, really. There's a dark, if not divertingly dark, twist midway through. Basically, she sets up this woman who is just very picky and very needy, but really getting older and just wants to find someone. And she sets her up with a guy who ends up sexually assaulting her.
Right.
So this woman sues the company she works for. Matchmaking is a dubious enterprise, but they can't be held responsible if a client sexually assaults another one, right? I don't think such men volunteer that in the sit-down. Oh, by the way, I'm this kind of guy. This disillusions Dakota somewhat. In the wake of it, she complains to her boss about clients that ask for non-fatties or exclusively whiteys. Okay, we might not want to hear that, but in many cases, it's valid. So what? I'm not attracted to this type of person. Anyway. But honestly, the film makes you wish you didn't have any want in you, because it's a fucking jungle out there. It really is.
Right.
The plot is predictable. The film ultimately rather traditional. One unique thing it does have going for it, I think it inspires you to be totally upfront and honest with a prospective partner. Doubly so when that's taking place on an app. Don't pretend you don't occasionally do drugs if that's your thing. Don't lie about your damn height. Now that motivation will dwindle, but at least there's a window in the afterglow of this film. We're I should just be honest.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I have for that film.
Okay, so good, bad?
It's decent.
Right.
It's a decent film. You're not going to get anything out of it, I don't think. and a lot of people aren't. But if you're into rom-coms, it's a kind of more grown-up, better version of that.
Okay.
Smurfs.
These are all mutual now, right?
These are all mutual.
Yeah, we suffered through this one together. Not together, but like, we both suffered through it.
I'll point out you needn't have.
You keep saying these things, and yet you keep putting them on the list.
But telling you that you shouldn't watch them.
But why would you put it there?
Well, I knew you were going to watch this, and I knew you were going to watch the next one, because they were animated.
Okay.
So, would you explain the premise of Smurfs?
Okay, so it's a Smurf day in Smurf Village, and James Corden is complaining that he's not the centre of the smurfing universe again. And there's a magic book that's like, well, we can't have that. So the book grants him magical Smurf powers.
Yeah.
But this draws the attention of some evil wizards or something.
Yeah, Gargamel's cousin or brother or something.
Yeah, who's like, oh, I need that book because then I'll have 4 books, and with 4 books I can destroy the universe.
The Infinity books. Yeah.
And then so the Smurfs, Papa Smurf gets kidnapped, so the Smurfs go to chase him down, and then they fall through a gramophone and they end up in Paris.
I'll do.
And fuck this film.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, let's just plow through it.
Yeah.
There's no need to waste too much of everyone's time.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen a Smurfs film before this.
Yeah, nor have I, but I feel like this isn't one, right?
Well, I don't know, but I don't imagine the lore is particularly complex.
No.
Right? As far as I know, a good one has yet to be made.
Okay.
A good Smurfs film. And watching this, it's very hard to discern what the appeal of this franchise is, or even could be.
Yeah.
I don't really know what they are.
Well, every Smurf is his own thing.
Yeah, but I don't know what what is a Smurfs film? What does that look like?
It's blue, Sam.
But is that it? Is the blue thing?
Blue. That
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story of Smurfs is.
Because there are other like species in this film, right? Like Natasha Lyonne plays like a little squiggle or something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that could be a Smurf, I think, right?
I don't know.
Why is it not a Smurf?
Well, it's tediously unfunny, badly written and annoying. It's cheap looking, and they flog the Smurf replacing words gag to death. Well, I'm sure they always do that.
Yeah.
I was dismayed to discover early on that it featured songs. The first from our lead vocalist, James Corden, who has serviceable pipes, but not great ones. Karaoke, indeed, seems the correct venue for him.
Yeah.
So it's confusing why he keeps being cast in musicals. It's confusing why he keeps being cast. Just like, I have defended him on certain fronts in the past, and I don't despise him in the way a lot of people do. But don't the executives know that people do despise him?
Yeah.
Neither his speaking voice nor his singing voice fit the character he's playing. Why does he do these films? I mean, I know why, but doesn't he have enough money? Like, you've got enough, mate.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this. Rihanna voices Smurfette, and of course she also sings. If she isn't auto-tuned, there's that filter or overlay endemic to modern pop that makes it sound like she is.
Yeah.
Well, she's someone that can actually sing. Why modulate her voice?
Yeah.
You know? I won't bother complaining that people like John Goodman, Nick Offerman, and Natasha Lyonne are involved, because I get that it's a paycheck. I'm not a jobbing industry guy yet, damn it. I'm a fan, so I have the luxury of being precious about filmographies. But if they would be a bit more precious about it, that'd be nice. Much of it is live action, which partly explains the paltriness of the animation. There's a sequence where they roll through various animation styles, clay motion, hand-drawn, 8-bit, anime, to try and buy some critical love, no doubt.
Yeah.
But moreover, because it's a cliche at this point. That's what every animated film does.
Yeah, like, I think when Inside Out 2 did it, that was where it started to tip into, oh, this is just what films do
It's just a staple now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that all of those formats are superior to the one we get.
Yeah, it's
They
weird.
all look better.
It's weird because it does look very cheap.
Yeah.
But there are also things about it that make me think maybe this film was trying.
I think it was definitely trying.
Because there's that kind of... The backgrounds to everything have that kind of almost illustrative quality that...
Yes.
It made me think a little bit of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Me too.
It looks nowhere near as good as that.
No. It made me think of, it's stylized to look like... Are they books? Is that what Smurfs?
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Okay, but I was thinking, no, but this does look not good.
Yeah.
And then when they went into the real world, so to speak, I thought, oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah.
It's because they weren't given the budget for a full-on animated film. It's like, just superimpose them into this... into actual photography.
But what's so strange about that is that all of the main characters in the film, even the human ones, and all of the main locations in the film are all animated. Mm-hmm. So what does having the live action elements add?
Yeah, just that gimmick, isn't it?
They never interact with people. And if the idea is that humans can't see Smurfs, then okay.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where they're walking through a nightclub and the Smurfs are on a tray that a waiter is carrying.
Yes.
And the waiter just doesn't seem to, like, notice them.
As a Rihanna song plays, of course.
Yeah. Well, I think Rihanna... Rihanna.
Yeah.
She's a producer.
Well, she's in it.
Yeah, but she's an executive producer.
Yeah.
So I think this is, like, her...
Oh,
she's like
it's
involved.
her baby.
She's involved in this.
All right.
You know? She's got new songs, old songs. She's in it.
Yeah.
It's like
okay.
Her character is kind of like almost the main character, like her and James Corden. They kind of
Smurf Act is established. I mean, again, I don't know. The one thing I know about Smurf lore before this, and this reinforces it, is that there's the Smurfs, and then Gargamel creates Smurfette to invade, to kind of go into the village as like a double agent, and like undermine them from within. But she ends up being won over by them. That's all I know about Smurf, but that's happened already in this.
Yes. It's the one thing they have.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that happened.
Happened
already. That's not happening
Which,
yet.
again, we'll talk about it later as well, but that's become a...
Yeah.
That's a thing now. So you all know the story, so that's happened.
Yeah.
We'll do another one.
But I actually didn't.
No.
I actually didn't know the story of Smurfs.
Oh, didn't you know that bit at least?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I did know that. I still don't know what Smurfs is.
All I knew is that there was one female Smurf.
Yes.
Smurfette.
Okay.
That's all I knew. I didn't know that she was a double agent. So when the double agent thing happened, I was like, is this a Smurfs thing? I don't know.
Yeah, and I'd heard of Gargamel.
Yeah.
I kind of vaguely knew what he looked like.
Yeah, you had the name Gargamel.
Yeah.
And like the fact that there were like Zoom call jokes.
Yes.
And a lot of the type of humour and a lot of the dialect in the film as well. It's like, this can't be what Smurfs is.
Before we did a podcast, well, not even before we started committing to like being a proper, we're going to watch everything.
Yeah.
And kind of review as much as we feel we can. This is just the kind of film that we certainly wouldn't have watched, wouldn't have really known about. You wouldn't have known about it. It's not going to do well financially. I don't think it's done well, right?
No. Certainly not critically. No one likes
Certainly
this.
not critically. It's like all the other ones, right? It occupies that area of film that you just don't, unless you're a kid and someone just thinks you're going to like it.
Yeah.
You just don't know anything about. And you shouldn't know anything about this.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
See, this film, because we reviewed Dogman earlier this year.
Yeah.
And you were like, I wouldn't show this to my kid.
No.
And I was like, I might.
Yeah.
I feel better about saying that having now seen Smurfs.
Right.
Because I would absolutely not show Smurfs to my kid.
Oh, no, I absolutely not.
Yeah. And this has made me, this kind of made me go, oh no, there is like, you can do a decent version of this, and Dogman did that. Because this is not good.
Well, of course, there are kids' films that I'd be happy to show my children.
Yeah.
But
Dogman had a similar thing where it was kind of like hyper energetic, and there was some like.
Yeah, I mean, my reason was not because it was a bad film.
And stuff.
Not because it was a bad film, but because it was just too much.
Yeah.
Like, they should watch something slower.
Okay.
To start with, don't start them with Dogman, because God, that felt like a film designed for the TikTok generation.
Yeah.
They'd just swipe, move on to the next thing. It's like, no, you got to watch The Wizard of Oz first,
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I think that's enough for Smurfs.
Yeah, don't watch Smurfs.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elio is a kid.
Yeah.
He wants to go to space because his parents are dead.
Yep.
And his parents went to space? No, they didn't go to space.
I don't think they're connected at all.
Oh, right, okay.
He's an orphan, so he's lonely, and and then he discovers a love for space.
Oh no, he just doesn't want to be around anymore, right?
He doesn't want to live with his... Yeah, he wants to escape. He wants to escape his life.
Yeah. So he wants to go to space.
So he's constantly
like trying to get aliens to abduct him.
Yes.
But his aunt works at some sort of space agency.
Yeah, like NASA or something.
Yeah, and they sort of discover that there might be alien life out there, so Elio is like, fuck it, I was right. And he gets abducted, finally. And he goes to this like big conglomerate of aliens, and they're like, we think you're the leader of Earth. And he's like, sure, yeah, okay. And they're like, great, we'll induct you into our little community. But just before they do, what's his name from Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah, Robert Barone. Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett is like, I'm going to destroy you all.
Yes.
And they're like...
I'm going to destroy you all.
And they're like, oh, fuck, we can't induct you, Elio. And he's like, no, it's fine. I'll sort everything out.
Yes. I'll defeat him.
Yeah.
Gary, king of the humans.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I have a fondness for things that try to recapture that childlike wonder for space.
Yeah.
Because that is something that we've lost. Discovery, exploration, that kind of thing.
At the end of the film, there's that like narration as they're kind of looking out into space.
It's Carl Sagan.
I was going to say, is that a real
because it's
thing?
twice it comes up.
Yeah. That's real. That's real.
Real,
stuff.
yeah, from the cosmos or something like that. Yeah. When Elio is actually taken, the sense of wonder is lost somewhat.
Okay.
I would say. When it's him looking up at the stars, wondering, yes. When it actually happens, like, okay, we're here now. There's no kind of mystery to it all.
Yeah.
It's okay. You know, the film. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice film. The themes are obvious. The story progression is predictable. But that's fine for its intended audience. It does all the things it should do when it does them, and you know what all those things are going to be. Like all of Pixar films past a certain date, it's distinctly unspecial.
Yeah.
With the attendant lament of wishing I had more to say, but I don't. But it is a nice film.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not certainly not a bad one.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Pixar films still have a warmth to them. They just don't have the spark that their earlier stuff had.
They're not genius anymore.
No.
But their heart's still in the right place.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's nothing about it that's kind of modern.
No.
In the bad way.
Yeah, it still kind of has that slightly timeless quality.
Yes.
Because I don't even know when this is set, really.
Yeah.
It could be set any time, anywhere, really, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just modern day.
Yeah.
But just the fact that there's a kid obsessed with space kind of dates it. Like, you'd think it's the 50s or the 60s or something like that.
Yeah.
But, it has that timeless thing about it. And there's certainly no woke politics or anything like that.
No.
The fact that Elio is Hispanic, I assume, and like Zoe Saldana voices his aunt, it's a non-factor.
Yeah,
it's
totally
the
irrelevant.
best way of doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I would not recommend it, but it's for kids. It is for kids.
Yeah, because I mean, just the way that a lot of the aliens are. There's like one evil alien.
Yeah.
But all the other aliens are like, they're not just nice, but they're kind of like shy and nervous.
And,
like they're exactly what they need to be for Elio to seem like the guy that can come in and solve their problems.
The villain has his arc. Again, it's like it's doing what it should do. The themes are solid. It's like a good screenplay, you know. It all fits together.
Yeah.
But if you're an adult watching it because you want to get that Pixar magic, it's not there.
No.
But it's a decent film, and kids would like it, I think.
Yeah. I did think though, because when Elio is initially abducted, he's about to get beaten up by some kids that he's kind of inadvertently wronged at the beginning of the film, and so like their fist freezes just before it hits his face. They're like frozen in time. And Elio like gets taken up to the ship and everything, and when he gets put back on Earth, we don't see the resolution of that scene, but it's clear that the kids continued to beat him up.
Yes,
because the aunt is taken away from the camp, and she's like, "I'm gonna sue you," or whatever. But I just had this image in my head because at that point I didn't know where the film was going. So I just had this image in my head of the aliens take Elio, they unfreeze the kids, and that bully is going to spend the rest of his life thinking he punched a person out of existence.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, that carried through a lot of the film for me. I was just thinking of that and watching the film that was actually there, and I was like, oh, I like that better.
There's this parallel film happening off screen.
That'd be great, though, if, like, you think it's about Elio, it's called Elio, it's going to be about his journey, but Elio just disappears at that point.
Yeah.
And the rest of the film is this kid being like,
he
just stopped being.
A kid dealing with his possibly super heroic powers.
Like spending the rest of his life, like, becoming an adult who's
trying to avoid unmaking people.
Yeah, exactly, It's because about the life of this guy that's, like, forced himself into isolation.
I've been reading a lot of short stories this past week, trying to plow through the short stories, and that's a good short story. A guy that thinks he might have erased someone from existence. I'm just like, how do I go on with my life now? I guess I have to.
Yeah.
I can't just, like, stop.
Yeah.
But okay. But no, a decent film.
Yeah, it's fine enough. It's not, like, necessary Pixar viewing.
It's not necessary. But it's not vital viewing.
You may as well. If you like Pixar stuff, you may as well.
Yeah. Okay. Smoke. What's this one about?
Taron Egerton likes fire. He's an arson investigator who's not arsing around.
Okay.
Although people think he is, because there's two arsonists out there in the world, and he hasn't caught either of them. Mm-hmm. One of them is this guy who works at like a chicken shop, who's like got something. There's something up with him, right? Yeah, he's not right in the head.
No,
and he's like setting fires around the place. And then the other guy, spoilers.
I mean, the trailer spoils it.
Okay, is Taron Egerton. Yeah, he's setting fires and he's investigating himself. So
it's based on a real guy that was an arson investigator that was an arsonist.
Yeah,
I think very loosely.
Okay. Yeah, because there's some stuff in it where it's like...
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah. And if you're admitting that now, there are consequences to you admitting that now, you know? If that is how things played out.
It's a Blackbird reunion of Taron Egerton and Dennis Lehane. There's a similar visual sensibility that this is brighter, much brighter.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story, though, as I say, as events develop, it becomes more than dubious that the writers were maintaining strict fidelity.
Yes.
Tom York does the title song. And it stuck with me, that song. There was something about it. Just the melancholy, almost sinister nature of it. And just the lyrics. But it's just odd that this is the thing that Tom York did the theme song
But that's the thing, there's a wispiness to his music that I think is suited to the imagery of fire and smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit like, oh, okay.
Well, it's haunting, isn't it?
Yeah.
The song. But yeah, I just find it odd that he did it. But anyway, like I said, the trailer suggested that Egerton was the arsonist, so no big surprise there. But it's good they revealed it in the second episode.
Yeah.
Egerton is...
It came at the right time as well, because towards the end of that second episode, I was kind of thinking, yeah, I guess I'll carry on with it, but it hasn't got me yet.
Yeah, no, that's... Yeah.
And then that reveal comes, and it's like, oh, okay.
I will stick around.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He is insufferably irritating in the show.
Yeah.
A good job on his part. But I'm not his biggest fan anyway, so it's harder for me to gauge the accomplishment of the performance.
Right, okay.
At one point, his character is described as likable. He's not. He's slimy and a difficult person to spend time with. There was a film in this. I don't think a series.
Yeah, I think I have critiques about it, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Same.
I say obviously. It's not obvious to the audience yet. It's obvious to you, I'm sure. Yeah, I think one of the big things is that we didn't need 9 episodes of this.
No, I don't think... I wouldn't put it in the category of bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. Because there are things about it that are good, but I think more about it would discourage me from it.
Yeah, I liked the last 2 episodes. I liked things about them at the very least. This kind of when everyone's kind of onto him and the cast have united.
That stuff I liked. Yeah. We'll get to the ending episode.
Yeah, we'll get to the ending. But like like I said, when the cast have united against him.
Yeah.
And he knows that. So he's taking them to fires that he sets.
He's fucking with them.
And basically going, oh, you'll never catch this guy. Right. Look at the lack of evidence.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff's good. And that made me realise how little I was enjoying the show that came before.
Exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it felt padded.
Yeah.
Early on, it was difficult to determine what was relevant and what wasn't, just because you don't know, like I said, where the show is going.
Yeah.
But there were significant stretches where, you know that Cinema Sins thing where he goes, skip? Like, you know, where there's like a love subplot or whatever, he goes, skip. Yeah. The affair subplot with Journey Smollett and Rafe Spall, skip. Gender, race stuff for some reason. So she's like, oh, they're entitled because they're born male and pale, skip. Racist fireman, skip. Incidentally, when Smollett is apprehending that particular cracker, she says, you're not my first bunker, Arch, which completely misses the point of All in the Family.
Okay.
To which he refers. I'll credit the show for doing a lot of character work, like Egerton. It really is a character piece.
Yeah.
Egerton with his ex-wife and him being emasculated into sexual inability and the literal hard-ons he gets because he's a psycho. I'm just not sure entirely why some of it was there. What I wanted was to see the fires and the investigations and the breakdown of the nuances of arson. I wanted a Mindhunter of arson.
Yes.
Because there is a unique psychology to the firebug.
Yeah.
It's not the same as a murderer. There's something different about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's, speaking of which, the highlight of the season, of the show, for me was, right, I think it's Ntare Guma Mbaho Muine.
Okay.
That's how you say his name. His turn is Freddie Fasano, who evoked the Stan's trash can man, who also likes to set fires.
Right.
He cultivates this real sense of strangeness and isolation. You caught on pretty quick that he isn't the culprit, like a downtrodden black guy who works in a chicken restaurant. No way. Like, it's not going to be him.
Yeah.
But when he departed, the show lost something for me.
Okay.
Like, he really was the highlight. But yeah, he captures that thing about there's something different about people that set fires, you know?
Yeah.
The dictionary definitions at the start of each episode were a peculiar unnecessity. They weren't even the titles, you know?
Yeah, you'd think that... because that would be like an interesting way of doing title cards.
Yeah.
Or just title names in general. But yeah, they're not.
No.
And there's like 1 or 2 which feel like, oh, maybe they are relevant to the episode.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of them are.
Mostly they're not, no.
Or if they are, they're relevant to a component of the episode rather than kind of summing up the experience of the whole episode.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, if you... They were all... if you just gave me the names, I couldn't assign them to any one episode.
Like, I think the finale, I can't remember the exact word, but it basically...
Conflagration, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, like, a fire that causes total annihilation.
Fire. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's a finale thing. But
yeah, but I mean...
So what?
Surely the finale is either called fire or smoke. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, outside Whine, there were some things I liked. Like you said, when everyone finally got together to take him down, the show was given an injection of verve and a pulse that kicked it into gear.
Yeah.
Which you might get away with as a continuing series, but not a limited one.
No.
You've got to have your shit together from the off, you know? I liked Greg Kinnear.
Yeah.
Once Whine checked out, he became the thing I latched onto, really. Okay, so then the last 2 episodes. When Smollett killed Spall, it jumped the shark for me.
Okay.
By the way, I know people die random and accidental deaths all the time in real life.
Yeah.
But in drama, there does seem to be an abundance of manslaughter and a character there too, where the killer will like hit them or something and then quietly goes, oh shit, before covering up their tracks. It's always the same thing.
Yeah.
The action climax in the wildfire was goofy as fuck.
Yeah, and her being like thrown through the window.
Yeah.
And, and like not being killed.
Yeah,
it's
the
like,
contrived obviousness of it for one thing, like, oh, it's a show about arson. Where does the final fight take place? In the middle of a wildfire. But yeah, her Ramboing up their fight. The show has a hyperbolic, over-caffeinated, Billions style tendency to it.
Okay.
With the dialogue and the characterizations and stuff like that.
Which is interesting because it aesthetically, it's an Apple show.
It's very muted.
It's very muted and very like well behaved.
But it's hard on like the energy of it and the character. It's very hard on.
Yeah.
It's very, fucking alpha kind of. There's a lot.
Especially
it's very masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because by the end, like, when we've reached the end game and he knows that they're onto him.
Yeah.
And he kind of clocks that, oh, they're going to frame me for this fire.
Yeah.
He becomes a cartoon character almost. Like, it's totally. His performance is so wild.
Well, that's the thing, because I did quite like the twist, if you like, the reveal at the very end of the show that goes some way to explaining the cartoonishness of his characterization.
It's peculiar though, because I don't feel like I'd have to go back to it, and I don't know if I want to, so I don't know if I ever will.
That's it. I'm done with it.
But I don't know if it's a twist that could be predicted or that was alluded to that much.
That's the thing. Not a twist. A reveal is the word I would use. Just like, oh, okay, that kind of recontextualizes some of it.
Yeah.
In that he sees himself a certain way. We'll say it. The twist is that he's actually a balding, fat, like middle-aged bloke.
Yeah.
He's not a young Taron Egerton who's ripped and, you know.
Yeah.
Which I think the real guy was more akin to.
It does make you question though, how's he getting all these women and how are people like treating him?
Yeah.
Because you don't question. Yeah, there's moments where it's like, well, he doesn't come across as likable as people seem to think he is. But you never question the way people are treating him, like if he looks like Taron Egerton, in the way that you're questioning it if he's this bald, middle-aged...
But maybe none of it's true, you know?
Okay.
Like, none of that stuff is true. Maybe his ex-wife isn't hot.
Right.
Like, who knows?
Okay.
That's what they're kind of saying, right, is, oh, this has all been in your head. Who put all that shit in your head?
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't know whether that reveal was meant to go, this casts everything in doubt, or whether it was meant to just be... Yeah, he's actually just looked like this the entire time.
Okay. It would be nice if they spent some of the 9 episodes
exploring
that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think this was a failure.
Okay.
But there were good things about it, but it was a failure. It's like, it falls just shy of being like a good... You know, like with my thing with Rotten Tomatoes is, if it's 70, it used to be, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
This is like 65, do you know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's not quite there, because it's well made and all that kind of stuff that you'd expect. But it's just a bit weird. The tone is a bit weird, and it just doesn't get it quite right. I just finished reading The Call of Cthulhu. Okay. And one of the characters who's seen the ascending kingdom of Cthulhu describes the geometry is just all wrong. And that's kind of how I feel about Smoke. Okay. It's just kind of wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just off. So that's kind of all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it is a peculiar one. Yeah. Yeah, there are parts where I was like, yeah. And then there are other parts which just, like you said, they kind of strain credulity a little bit. And I think it kind of does the opposite of what it's trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like, I think the first time we get a sense of his temper, Taron Egerton's temper, is when his stepson is being like a cunt to him. Mm-hmm. But the stepson is actually being an awful person.
Yeah.
He's actually being horrible to him and saying nasty things and taking, like, really poking into the fact that you're not my actual father. I don't care what you think.
Right.
I'm not going to listen to you. So when Taron Egerton snaps, yeah, it's a reaction, but a reaction was warranted based on what the kid was saying.
But not that rare. That's the point.
But
like, you have to give kids some leeway.
Like, you'd be pissed off in that situation as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do what he did.
No, I wouldn't do what he did either.
So but that's because it's starting there, isn't it? It's like, okay, it's vaguely legitimate that he's being like that. That's just to start you off, and like we'll explore. But that was the thing, like the relationship with the girlfriend or whatever. Like, were they married? I can't remember.
No, I think they were just dating.
Girlfriend didn't buy it.
No,
didn't buy that at all. Did you? I mean, they didn't feel like a couple.
Well, they're together so little. It's like almost immediately she kind of realizes, oh, he's bad news.
But there's also just, again, the show has that infinite excuse of, but was it really like that? Does she even really look like that?
But that's the thing. I didn't, at no point did I feel like I was supposed to question the reality.
Nor was I until now.
Okay.
Like, now I'm thinking that it has that get out of jail free card where it can just go, yeah, but it was in his head, wasn't it?
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't recommend it.
Yeah. The other thing as well, though, what is the name of his partner in it, the cop?
Journey Smollett.
Journey Smollett.
That's the actress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the character.
No.
Michelle?
Don't know.
Who knows?
Honestly, don't know.
Okay. Yeah, because like in the second episode, she fakes a crime scene, right?
Yes.
She like breaks in without a warrant and like shoots a guy and then manipulates the crime scene to look like she was defending herself.
Yeah.
And then at the end of in the penultimate episode, she kills Rafe Spall, who she's having an affair with, on accident. But then she like cleans up the place, she burns the house down, and she plants evidence to make it look like Taron Egerton did it.
Yes.
I'm going into the finale because my mum saw that and she was like, because I watched it with my mum and she was like, oh, I really hate her now.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I really want her. I don't want her getting away with it.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, that's actually an interesting wrinkle to the finale. It's like, do we want her to get away with it so that he goes down? Or do we want her to go down, but at the risk of him getting away scot-free?
It just didn't. None of it felt right to me. Like, no. I don't know why they were doing that.
Yeah.
Like, is it like, oh, you know, he's bad, but also the cop pursuing him? It's like two sides of the same coin. You know, it's heat or what? No, like it just didn't work.
Well, that's the thing, because at the end, when he is framed, and it's clear that she's going to get away with it. Although there is that moment where Rafe Spall's like, they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
But then she kind of just brushes him off.
Yeah.
So I guess she does get away with it. I don't know. But yeah, it's clear that she is going to get away with it, and he is going to go down for a murder he didn't commit. Even though he did set all those other fires.
No, yeah, this...
And I ended up feeling bad for the guy. And that's totally not what the show wanted.
No. I never... No. I can't feel bad for that character.
Okay.
He's so unappealing.
But it's like... It's unjust what happened to him. You know?
No, it's not unjust.
Maybe not entirely,
it's
but
not unjust.
An aspect of it is unjust, surely.
They behaved unethically.
Yeah.
It's not unjust.
I mean, she's going to go totally...
That's unjust.
Yeah.
That's unjust. Him going down is just.
Yeah.
You just think we've been told it's a limited series. Taron Egerton probably, like, I can't see him committing to a TV series.
Yeah.
Probably is a limited series. But this day and age, you don't know anymore. So it could come back.
Yeah.
You know, they haven't wrapped up her thing, so...
Yeah, but if they bring it back and it's like, oh, it's about her now, it's not about Taron Egerton anymore.
Oh, like I said, it pushed it with a limited series.
Yeah.
2 seasons. No, bad idea.
No, I'm not interested in that.
No.
If that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. No, it's done now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And so are we. The pickup. What's this one about?
Eddie Murphy is retiring?
Yeah.
Or retired? Or whatever.
He's not retired. It's like his last whatever.
Yeah. He's got one last job to do. Pete Davidson has just been hired. They basically drive those trucks. Armoured trucks filled with shit, you know. And they're on a job together. It's Pete Davidson's first. It's his last. And they get hijacked, or there's an attempted hijack during their journey. And yeah, it's like it's an action film, right? It's kind of like
action comedy.
It's action comedy. Well, it's not, is it?
It is nominally an action comedy.
Yeah.
A comedy film with action rather than an action film with comedy.
Yes.
Director Tim Story has made 2 alright films. Barbershop and The Blackening.
It's ironic, isn't there?
What?
His name's Tim Story.
I know, exactly.
He's making these films.
And a dozen also, not just bad films, but very bad films.
Okay.
Including the Fantastic Fours, the 2005
Oh, right, okay.
The Ride-Alongs, and Tom and Jerry, the film.
Yeah.
And he's yet another filmmaker that went from Hollywood blockbusters in the noughties, shite as they may have been, to Netflix bilge, which is what this is. I could stand having Pete Davidson around less. He's not a funny person. He's gurning and infuriating. He's like Jimmy Olsen in a new Superman film. In real life, I mean.
Yeah.
An inexplicable Don Juan.
Okay.
Right? I wouldn't be surprised if that characterization was modelled on Davidson of Jimmy Olsen.
Right.
In this, he plays an idiot savant maths genius. Sure.
Literally the first thing we see him do, he's in a bank. He's doing a collection.
Yeah.
And, it's not his first job because he does work for the company. He's just new.
He's new, yeah.
But there's a woman in the bank, a black woman, who hands him a piece of paper because he flirted with her briefly, and then she hands him a piece of paper. And his first instinct is to pull a gun on her because he assumes she's going to rob the place.
Right.
Now, it does later turn out that she spent the night with him so she could get information about this pickup because she is the person that kind of tries to hijack them during the thing. But literally the first thing we see this character do is assume a black person is going to rob something and pull a gun on them.
See, I think you're looking at that through the wrong lens because that didn't even occur to me, and things like that do occur to me.
But the film has just started. We don't know anything about this film, this character.
No.
And it's the first thing we see him do.
Back robbers, they will slide a piece of paper saying, "We're robbing you, don't scream," or whatever.
Okay,
it's not a race thing. You're not even meant to think that at all.
No, but
you did.
Yes,
because you obviously have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
No. Here's the thing.
My thinking is that, in a modern world where a lot of people do have that problem, is that the smartest way?
No, they don't. They don't buy into that bullshit.
No, they say they do anyway.
Yeah, they allege that they do.
Yeah. So is that the smartest move to introduce your likable protagonists?
Well, like I said, I didn't think that. Honestly, race didn't. And like I said, I'm the guy that picks up on those things.
Yeah.
It didn't even occur to me. It honestly didn't even occur to me.
Okay.
It just because I thought the same thing. That's what they do. They give you notes that say, "We're robbing you."
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't think you were meant to attach a racial component to that at all.
Okay.
But okay. Eddie Murphy is the straight man in this. Okay, that has novelty going for it. But play to your strengths, no?
Yeah.
There are so many other things he could be doing, I assume. It's almost like the sort of thing you would do to signify a changing of the guard.
Okay.
It's a protracted version of Arnie telling The Rock to have fun in Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Or The Rundown, as it's called in America. If Pete is the inheritor to the throne, that's a dire fucking indictment. Alas, one that rings true.
Okay.
For this day and age. I have a soft spot for Keke Palmer, the black woman.
Yeah.
She lets herself down here. Not because she's terrible, her mere presence in the film.
Okay.
I'd say there's absolutely no way a woman as beautiful as her would fall for Davidson, but they cast the right guy to puncture those doubts,
Right.
If you want a black guy with attitude, you get Sam Jackson. If you want moral purity, you get Tom Hanks. If you want objective, unaccountable attraction, you get Pete.
Right.
There's clearly a lot of improv, bad improv, of course, though improv generally means that these days.
Yeah.
It's boring and forgettable and hackneyed odd couple shtick. A guard that yearns to be a cop. The vet, too scared to take a risk. The wedding anniversary is the backdrop. The villain whose pops were screwed over by the man. It's halfway to a good idea, at first anyway.
Okay.
It sets itself up as a vaguely speed-inflected, Fury Road-adjacent, high-octane driving movie, then abandons that momentum swiftly. There's little worse than an unfunny comedy. It's been a while since I've thought as little during a film. Consider that a virtue, if you will, but it was not a restful insentience. Contrary to its title, this is something to be put down in every way.
Okay.
That's it.
Right. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to defend it.
But
what I will say is that we've had a bad year. And we're saying this almost every episode now. We've had a bad year.
We'll say it more.
I'm sure we'll say it more on this episode. But there is digitalness to it. There's digital nonsense here and there. I think of the monkey at the end, flying out of the explosion. But I think a lot of the driving stuff is practical, right?
Yeah.
And granted, they're driving down a strate road that has no obstacles or other traffic. It's not impressive. It's not Fury Road.
No, but I like that about it. Well, no, that is what Fury Road is. Though there are things that have to
totally
navigate
lacks the
through.
chaos of Fury Road.
Oh no, it's not good.
Yeah.
Fury Road is good, but it is just Yeah, you can drive as fast as you need to.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. The problem is figuring out how to get rid of the things around you.
Yeah.
I like that about it. It's like, okay, good, they're just on a fucking straight road for 2 hours. Cool. Yeah, so it's just them versus the bad guys. But then that's not the film.
No.
It stops being that quite soon.
It does. But that's the thing, when you've got like the actual clouds of dye.
Yeah.
And people seemingly climbing between the cars and everything like that. It's like, okay, this is a bad film.
Yeah.
But because it's doing that,
right,
that alone I think is going to keep it out of the bottom of the year for me.
Okay, for me, so far, it is in the bottom 10 of the year.
Yeah.
It probably won't stay there. But so far, because it's an unfunny comedy, and there's just nothing worse.
No, you're totally right.
Yeah.
But practical.
Okay, but it had some things going.
Yeah, because
for you.
Just by virtue of the fact that they're practical, automatically this is putting in more effort than some of the shit that we've already discussed.
On that level, yeah. But it's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
I mean,
and the action is not exhilarating.
Quibbling over how bad a bad thing is, but
I just think that it says more about the year that we're having than it does about the film. The very fact that the cars. Because we've complained about this, right? We complained about it with Night Sleeper.
Yeah.
And other things as well, where it's like, your show is about a runaway train, but you've got a CGI train. Get an actual fucking train.
Yes.
Or Animal Control, where it's like, the show is about animals. Use real animals.
Get animals, yeah.
Or don't use CG animals. Use puppets.
Do something.
Go weird with it.
Yes.
This is about a runaway, like an armored truck.
Yeah.
So they get an armored truck. Brilliant. Like that.
Okay.
That is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But it feels like that's becoming something that we have to encourage.
It is the bare minimum, especially considering that we understand at least why they don't use real animals.
Yeah.
And a train is expensive.
Yeah.
You can't. Armored car, not that hard for a film. Armored truck, not that hard to source.
No.
So it really is the bare minimum.
But
it would be more effort to CG an armored truck.
It would. But then I say to you, Havoc from earlier this year.
Yeah.
The first scene was a car chase.
Yes.
Involving an armored truck and 2 police cars, and that was all CG.
Yeah, but that's a part of the film. This is the film, or at least half the film, anyway.
Yeah.
I just think you're saying, they put in that much effort. I would contend that it would be more effort not to do.
That's the thing. It's not that much effort.
Yeah.
It's just more effort than some of the other shite that we've got this year.
But I would argue...
So by virtue of that, it's miraculously somehow keeping it out of the bottom.
But I would argue that having an actual armoured truck is less effort than a CG armoured truck for this film.
Yeah, physically having an armoured truck that they're driving in during the dialogue scenes, absolutely. Yeah. But during action scenes, where they're breaking into it and they're climbing around.
Well, you've got the armoured truck, so just you use the armoured truck now. You know what I mean? Anyway,
but that requires choreography and stunt coordination and stuff,
I wouldn't go that far, Jord. I wouldn't commend this film for its choreography.
I'm not commending.
I know what you're saying.
I'm trying to be as clear as I can. I'm not praising the film.
Even CG requires choreography.
Yeah, I'm not praising this film.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
The fact that it's the fact
there was something real, just made it more bearable for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Than some of the other shit.
Than some of the other things we've had. Okay. I mean, Havoc, we would agree Havoc's a better film than this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, fine. As long as we agree on that.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't recommend
No,
it.
absolutely.
Okay. Together. What's this one about?
Dave Franco.
Yes.
Alison Brie.
Yeah.
Are a couple.
Go on. I know what you're going to say.
And they're in this film together.
There we go.
It's a horror film.
Yeah.
It's a body horror film, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, it's sort of they, through various horror movie circumstances, they end up in a situation where their bodies are trying to fuse together.
Yes.
And that is kind of like a metaphor for this codependent relationship that they seem to be developing.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to come right out and say this. I did not particularly care for this film.
Is it because of Dave Franco?
He's part of the reason.
Because Dave Franco is the main character. It's not. Yeah. I wouldn't call this a two-hander between him and Alison Brie. She's not in it as much as him.
Not quite. I would say they're both leads, but he is the lead. Yeah, absolutely. But just as my liking Heads of State was aberrative, so too is my unenthusiasm for this.
Okay.
Because it fulfills many of the criteria for quality movie.
Yeah.
This felt A24.
Okay.
But I left feeling empty in a bad way, not a good horror movie way. Yeah, I don't like Dave Franco, so that was a hurdle. It actually makes me like Alison Brie less that she's married to him in real life.
Yeah.
But they're okay in the film.
Yeah.
They're fine. Damon Harriman shows off his bloody range again.
Yes.
And his character, it turns out, is up to no good. Duh. It was all just too rudimentary.
Okay.
I think.
Well, you want to talk about stretching credulity. We kind of talked about that with Smoke. I mean, fucking Dave Franco can't get it up for Alison Brie.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, exactly.
Come on now. Show me something I can believe in, for fuck's sake.
But like, you could fill in the gaps before you've seen it, you know?
Yeah.
It's about the trials and tribulations of a relationship, about being half of a whole. We even get some Aristophanes in there to bolster that theme.
Well, there's dialogue at the beginning of the film that gets repeated at the end of the film in a different context, but you know.
Early on there's the line, I don't want someone else's life flashing before my eyes.
Yeah.
Like good sci-fi, good horror is about ideas. This is that. Maybe it's because it was all just so obvious and on its sleeve without having enough else going for it. I didn't fawn over the substance the way that many people did.
Okay.
But I do acknowledge it had style and a decent pair of performances. Horror is often metaphor literalized, right? This is that.
Yeah.
He's trapped, held hostage. He points that out in case you were going to miss it.
Indeed.
They want this space, distance. It's basic. You know, it's really basic.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's like, it's a decent screenplay, academically speaking. Like, if this was being marked by someone,
you could analyze it. Yeah,
they would go, oh, you have objectively written a good screenplay here. But you're right. It does, like, you see a lot of it coming.
You know exactly, like, I knew what it was before I watched it.
Okay.
You know? I'm glad you agree, because I felt like you would like it.
I think I like it more than you.
Yeah.
But I agree, like, script-wise, the script is not its strongest suit, even though there are things about it that I think are objectively well done and good.
Well, here are the things I did like.
Okay.
I will admit the knot of rats was fucking gross.
Oh, the Rat King, yeah.
Yeah. The stuff with the parents was pretty gnarly, in a good way. The half-and-half creature that Franco encounters underground was competent body horror prosthetic work. Yeah, that stuff is prosthetic stuff is good. There's some more frosted glass hijinks, but not nearly as effective as Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
Bree's chum back home points out that Franco is a 35-year-old white guy who still thinks he's going to be a rock star. What does white have to do with it? It's just blatant racism at this point.
Yeah, but is being a rock star specifically
a white guy? Well, there aren't many black rock stars, but I don't attach that to it. You know, he's a 35-year-old white guy that still thinks he's going to be a rock star. If you replace white with black, would that?
No, it wouldn't fly.
It wouldn't. But no, also it just wouldn't
mean anything.
It wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Okay. There are a couple of comedic beats which absolutely did not work because this film isn't playful gross out. It isn't having fun with its concept. It's generally grim and going for psychological disquiet. Even the scene where they fuck in a bathroom stall and his dick gets stuck in her.
Yeah.
It's not executed schlockily.
No.
Right?
Schlongily.
You can make a case that just playing everything really straight, allowing the absurdity to speak for itself.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel it, you know?
Okay.
So when there were jokes about it, I was like, no, that's not this film. You've been taking things way too seriously up until this point.
Okay.
This isn't a schlocky, fun body horror movie. It's not that. It's like dark and grimy and grim, you know?
Yeah.
The fuller on stuff happens too late into the film. As soon as the Spice Girls were mentioned, I knew that fucking song was coming.
Yeah.
Their final merging was laughable in a way they almost certainly did not intend.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I think most of the horror lands. Like, you've got the stuff in the beginning with the, like, his nightmare sequence where his parents are in the bed.
That stuff is good.
And it's like, oh,
well
fuck.
done.
Because that does come out of nowhere, but in a good way, where it catches you off guard in the right way. And then, like you said, the Rat King is gross. Some of the body horror early on.
Yeah.
Like the arms being fused together, the fact they have to cut through them, the fact he's like choking on her hair and then pulling it out of his teeth.
It's well done.
Yeah.
But it didn't horrify. Parent stuff did.
Well, it was icky. That stuff was icky.
The rats were icky. The parents were creepy and gnarly and gross.
Yeah.
Like them being fused, I didn't find particularly icky.
Okay. The point I'm leading up to, though, is that, like, a lot of the practical merging, like you said, like I was saying with the hair and everything, like, that for the most part was like, oh yeah, I don't like that. That's the film wants me to be uncomfortable, and I am. Okay. And then when you get that moment, which I think it's one of the posters where their eyes are about to fuse, that was a bit like, oh, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, eyes, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. But then it cuts to their whole bodies merging in this kind of CGI gloop. Yeah. And instantly it's fine. Deflated. It's weird, isn't it? That, like, when they stop focusing on the details and they show this whole merging. And the fact that CG probably doesn't help.
CG, but also there is that fine line between horror and comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's it's risky kind of tightrope walk. But also, that's what I'm saying, all that stuff happens way too late in the film.
Yeah.
Like, that eyes merge is the final merging.
Yeah.
It's like, no, do that earlier. You know, then they have to separate their eyes. Like, how fucking horrifying is that?
Yeah.
But I'll give the credit for the body horror. Like, it's done well on a technical level. It's executed well. I just thought it happened, like, just way too late into the narrative.
Yeah.
And the ending lacks power. Because those two shouldn't be together.
Well, that's... Yeah. What do you think this film is saying? Do you think this film is saying anything? Or do you think that it's... the way that the narrative ends implies that it's saying something?
We're saying that they are finally committing to each other.
Yeah.
Literally becoming one person.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
But it's meant to be like, oh, good. That, like, emotionally, Dave Franco has grown up and, like, the character has changed as a result.
Yeah.
So we're going to do, like, a grim version of, oh, now they're one person. But it lacks punch because... I don't want them to end up together. Those characters shouldn't end up together. It's a bad relationship.
Yeah.
But it's not done tragically. Again, like a horror, like, oh no. That's meant to be a kind of victory. That they're sacrificing to each other, you know? Yeah, and the very ending, with an androgynous amalgamation of the two answering the door, just leaves one imagining that that's the story behind androgyny in the real world.
Right.
Like, that's what the trans folk are all going through, really.
Okay.
In which case, I take back everything I've ever said about them. You have been through the ringer, and you exploit that trauma for all it's worth. If you've all been through together.
Hey, if half of you is Dave Franco, I get your pain.
Yeah, you're entitled to all your trauma. Yeah, it didn't work for me.
Okay.
Which I acknowledge it's a film that I should on paper like, and it's going to be a lot of among people's favourite films of the year.
Yeah.
Just didn't work for me. Just didn't do it.
Was it just like it didn't push itself far enough? Is that your
Partly
problem?
that. It's just obvious. It's just because, like, it's what they call elevated horror, isn't it? It's like, I know what it is, seen it, I know exactly where it's going to end up. It doesn't surprise you. I don't like them. Yeah. I don't want to spend time with them.
Towards the end of the film, there are consequences to their fusing.
Yes.
Like, they have to cut through their arms with the knives, and they keep having to consume diazepam to, like, relax their muscles so that their bodies aren't trying to fuse. Yeah. But for the most part, it felt like there wasn't much consequence to what was happening.
No, but that's the thing, like that bit where he wakes up and she's about to tear through his arm, is it?
Yeah.
And then it cuts to them, like, just eating snacks.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be a comic beat. It's like, that's not the film. That's not the film that I've been watching.
Yeah. Like, okay, I guess I didn't need to see them, like, cut through the whole arm.
Yeah.
But you're building up to this, like, horrific moment, and then you're just cutting past it.
And it's done for a comic moment.
Yeah, and it's not as if neither of them, like, they're bleeding, fair enough, but they're not, like, forever damaged by that, like, separation, are they?
No.
The diazepam, they're never suffering through, like, overdose or withdrawal symptoms.
No, and it's also arbitrary. Like, when she does that, they stay apart for a while.
Yeah.
So it's never, like, a constant magnetic force.
Yeah. When he gets his dick stuck in her in the cubicle, and there's a moment where she goes, "I'm so sorry," and she kind of, like, forcefully pulls him out.
Yeah.
I thought that he was either going to be...
Yeah, and as a man, you meant to go, oh, kind of thing. But no, it's like a bit painful for him.
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't do any permanent damage.
Yeah, I thought, like, oh, he's basically now circumcised, or he's lost his dick entirely.
Yeah, it just doesn't go there. Like, the substance, again, I didn't think he was a masterpiece, but that does the right thing of taking itself completely seriously, and it's fun. And, like, you know, there's a comic element to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make jokes about it that I remember. It just is itself. Its big, old, flamboyant self.
Yeah, I mean, by the end, the ending is really out there.
It's so out there, but it's not making a joke of it. It's just being itself.
Oh, yeah, it's committed
That's what I'm
to
saying.
the bit. Yeah.
This is trying to do jokes. And no, not for the film I've been watching.
Yeah.
The film with the parents is not the same film where you have fun body horror jokes kind of thing. Anyway, it just didn't work for me.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend it personally.
Okay, I don't see why you shouldn't try it. I think there are people that will get something out of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I think
I just
it's probably like a decent couples movie or date movie if you're a certain type of person.
Yeah, I'm not against it being, you know, I'm not angry with it. I'm just unenthused by it.
Yeah, because I think if you describe it like, oh, it's a body horror film where bodies are fusing, immediately you're like, oh, fuck, what the hell am I going to have to put up with?
Yeah, that's gross, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. Yeah. And there's not a lot of fun in it.
So there are people that will immediately just be like, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I mean, it's not as if like, oh, they're actually, you would be able to sit through it. Like, if you're not into body horror, you won't like it.
Yeah.
But it's not as if, it's not like those people that are willing to put themselves through that film, it didn't feel like it's fully delivering on its potential, you know?
But it's funny as well. It just shows like how much your opinion on something colours everything. It's like with The Holdovers, the writer was accused of plagiarism.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't care. I just don't care. The film is... This has been accused of plagiarism as well. And I'm like, yeah, there's probably something to that.
Oh, really?
Well, because it's Dave Franco. I'm just less inclined to be generous to him.
Okay.
I don't like him, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, so, like...
A half-hearted recommendation from me.
Okay.
And like, just like, yeah, you might like it.
Yeah.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
We might be a bit more united on this.
We might be, yes. We might be united going forward, I think.
Okay.
But go on, what's it about?
It's another Jurassic World film.
Yeah, it's a shame that it's another Jurassic World film.
It's another Jurassic World film, yeah. Scarlett Johansson is a person in this film, I think. And she's employed by Rupert Friend to track down 3 different types of dinosaurs so they can extract some blood so they can make, like, heart medicine out of the blood.
They go to a Jurassic place.
Yeah.
it's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an excuse to kind of like, oh, we need to be around dinosaurs for a while.
Yeah.
Which is weird because in this universe, the last time we were here, dinosaurs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Why do we need excuses to go looking for dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Because the film has done this thing where it's like, oh, all dinosaurs that don't live on the equator are now dead. They couldn't survive.
They're dying, yeah.
It's like, no. You had a Jurassic World. What are you doing? You've completely undone this almost.
Yeah. It definitely feels like it's trying to undo... What was the last one? Was it Fallen Kingdom? Was that the last one?
That was the one where they all escaped. Then there was Dominion.
I didn't
even see.
I didn't even see it, no. But that's where they've taken over the planet, right?
I think so.
It's just kind of trying to undo that.
They're bugs. They were big bugs, I think. I remember a complaint about Dominion being, where are the dinosaurs?
Okay, all right. Yeah, Mark Kermode was quite angry, depressed in his review of this film.
Okay.
And I remember thinking, it can't be that bad. And while it isn't abysmal and doesn't even get a look in for worst of this year, there is something really quite hate-making about it, I found. First off, James Cameron has a lot to answer for.
Oh dear.
There had been expedition into hostile territory thrillers before Aliens, but that's the cultural touchstone responsible for all these pale imitations. Virtually every character here has a typesake, if you like, in Aliens. The straight leads, the corporate arsehole, the kid in danger, the cocksure mercenary, the Vasquez. Also, the evilest dinosaur here, its design had me thinking xenomorph.
I was thinking beluga whale.
Which, similar, just a big dome.
Yeah, big bulbous head.
Yeah.
That's not an intimidating creature.
Exactly. And, of course, it's parroting earlier films in the series.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson is perfectly bland. Apparently, she's a fan. She always wanted to star in a Jurassic Park film. I hope she's satisfied. I think Mahershala Ali is a fantastic actor, one I haven't seen in a while, so that was disheartening. The daughter's boyfriend character is a truly loathsome presence.
Okay.
The annoying cunts in these films are actually annoying cunts now.
Yeah.
They didn't used to be. Yeah, I get why the characters don't like you, but I like you. Now you don't like them either.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey as the geek. Why is he good looking?
Right.
Like, we all know the cliche of the hot woman playing ugly until she, whips off her glasses and her eyes go bazoogly. And we're familiar with the trope of shredded 20-somethings playing teenage outcasts. But I miss the days of James Spader in Stargate or Richard Dreyfuss in Jaws, Christopher Lloyd, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway, this fucking nerd is named Dr. Loomis, who is also a famous character from the Halloween franchise. Hard to imagine that's a coincidence.
Okay, why?
You don't accidentally call your character Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there.
All right.
And there's mention of an off-screen character named Paolo Pasolini, who shares a name with the director of, among other things, Salo, or the 120 Days of Sodom.
Right.
I don't know what they were doing with those references. I don't know what that was about.
Okay.
But that's not an accident. Paolo Pasolini is not an accident.
Yeah.
Dr. Loomis is not an accident. So I can only assume it's just films they like.
The writer likes.
Yeah, even though it's nothing to do with anything Jurassic.
How strange.
Rupert Friend entices Loomis with the offer to observe dinosaurs in the wild. He says, I'm not talking about seeing them in a theme park. Of course, the lion on the savannah is not the same as a lion in captivity. But I think if I saw a T-Rex in a zoo, that would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's funny is because I went to the Bristol Zoo project with my family like a few months ago, and I told you, they got brown bears there, and you're like, I absolutely do not want to be near a brown bear. I don't care if it's in captivity. Yeah. I don't trust that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think you would feel the same level of threat if it was in captivity, especially since we've seen the previous Jurassic Park films. Locking up a dinosaur doesn't mean shit.
No, exactly.
They'll get out.
Yeah, they should have learned that by now. Incidentally, when Geek Boy finally does have his moment and touches an actual dino, it's it's fucking another one.
Yeah.
So it weirdly reminds me of a Conan O'Brien remote where he's with all his interns and they're like role playing them at a party, impressing a guy or impressing a girl that he's Conan O'Brien, that they work for Conan O'Brien.
Right.
So he's like playing the part of like, oh my god, you work for Conan, and he starts like he's having an orgasm. Like, and like the guy he's talking to is like, calm down. He's like, why are you touching me? And that reminds me of this. There's also a recurring gag, I guess, where he noisily crunches mints. I took against him,
Because that's funny.
Because that's funny.
Okay.
I took against him the most, and that's not merely homophobia.
Oh, did you not like
the actor's gay? But yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. Did you not dislike the boyfriend of the daughter of the family?
No, he was the most annoying cunt.
Yeah.
But I took against the character of Loomis the most.
Okay.
Because like, why are you good looking? I know it's because Scarlett Johansson wants to bang him later.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's clearly filmed on location. So when they have little dinosaur fish or lizards or whatever on screen just to garnish the aesthetic, it reminds one of George Lucas retconning digital effects into the original trilogy.
Yeah, because not only is this shot on location, I think it's shot on film as well. And they brought the original writer back, the original Jurassic Park writer. So it does feel like they're kind of going... Even the name Rebirth, it feels like they're almost saying, right...
Back to basics.
Yeah, this is where it gets good again now.
Yeah.
You know?
But did you have that same feeling? Jizz on sen, if you will? Just like when the little just random is like, it don't need that. It don't feel right because everything else is real. And that's not. And it doesn't look right.
Yeah,
it's not
that
integrated well.
That little Triceratops dinosaur that kind of hangs around with the young girl.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so that's our Baby Yoda. But people keep forgetting that one of the appealing things about Baby Yoda is that he's a real...
It's real.
He's a puppet, but he's real.
Yeah.
That's why we like him, because he's cute and tangible.
Right.
This dinosaur is not.
Yeah.
Most of the dinosaurs are not. Everyone brings it up every single time. Jurassic Park, 1993. Never got better than that.
No.
That T-Rex looks better than all of the other T-Rexes.
The actual T-Rex. Yeah, the real thing.
Yeah. I don't even think it was. I think that T-Rex is CG, right? In the original Jurassic Park.
It's a mix, isn't it? There are some times where they're like big, like a theme park attraction, where they're like big robotic things where their mouths move. Ayling-Elis survives a confrontation during the climax, which is total bullshit.
Pretty much every dinosaur encounter in this, it's like...
Yeah.
Those things, like, are perfectly engineered to kill you.
Yeah.
How are they not killing you?
No likable characters die. There's no loss in the film.
No.
Only the arsehole, you know. Nothing about the film is remotely surprising. They brought back, like you said, David Koepp to write, as he did the first two, implying either a safe pair of hands or a dull retread. 'Tis the latter.
Yeah.
It's charmless and cliched. It attempts humour. Of course, they employ the original score, but how dare they?
Yeah.
And I'm not even a Parker. They also use Stand By Me briefly. Brief or not, how dare they? A Snickers bar figures prominently in the opening scene. There's a certain subliminality there, right? So good you'll want to munch to the extent of carelessness in a high-risk laboratory setting. And yeah, the CG is rubbish.
Yeah.
Director Gareth Edwards brought us Monsters back in 2010, a decent little DIY film that made him a go-to guy for creature features. Usually these directors make their indies and are rewarded with a franchise movie. He just keeps redoing that. He's a proper franchise whore, right? Godzilla first.
Yeah.
Okay, Monsters, Godzilla. Star Wars, now this. Between this and Gareth Evans with Havoc, the Welsh have been poorly represented.
They certainly have, yeah.
All I can say is, like, at least they're the same kind of bad as other bad mainstream films. They're not singularly awful. You know? Sam Neill slowly removing his sunglasses in the original film marks a moment in cinema, right? His awe for the spectacle of a resurrected fauna was the audience's awe for the unprecedented special effects. We hadn't seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
That doesn't hit anymore. All of the Jurassic films have those moments where the music swells as characters absorb the majesty. Unfortunately, it ain't so majestic anymore, you know? It's mundane.
Especially since they look worse than the original dinosaurs.
And that ties into this. Like, for most of the Jurassic series, they've been doing the people don't care about dinosaurs thing anymore. Now, you and I have some disagreement about this, don't we? You think that the financial success of these films indicates an enduring fascination for dinosaurs.
Yeah, I mean, the original Jurassic World in 2015, that's a over $1 billion film.
Yeah.
This film, 810 million, I think, and climbing.
You might be right.
Yeah.
You might well be right.
It just feels so hollow, because, like, it's not just the people go to see this. When there's a Jurassic Park film coming out, or a Jurassic World film coming out, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Because they know people like to talk about these films.
Well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be confident going beyond saying it indicates the enduring appeal of expensive action-adventure movies. I don't know if dinosaurs is like... It's because Jurassic Park was successful, so now everything Jurassic is kind of tied into that. Like I said, you could totally be right. The people do... There is this kind of latent fondness for dinosaurs. Yeah. I don't know.
I haven't done I haven't done adequate research on this, but I feel like if you were to look at the period of time where a new Jurassic World film comes out, and just the general, like...
Wikipedia-ing dinosaurs.
Yeah, Google searches or, like, museum visits or anything like that.
I'm sure
they
that's
will
true.
Spike.
I'm sure that's true.
That feels right to me.
I certainly don't care that much about dinosaurs unless the project is interesting or exciting or different. Jurassic World Rebirth is none of those things.
No.
Nor is it the best thing that anyone involved in it on any level has done.
Yeah.
Right? The words I left with were total waste of time.
Okay.
And that's it.
It's, again... I don't think you and I ever disagree on anything you've said there.
Yeah.
I know we have a slight disagreement as to what we think.
Whether people,
whether
dinosaurs.
people, whether the idea that people don't love dinosaurs anymore in these films is hollow because the real life films do so well.
Yes.
But even though we agree on everything, I think the effect it's had on us is different. Because you seem to, like, actively dislike it.
Yes.
Whereas I was just numb the whole way through.
Okay.
I felt nothing.
I actively disliked it.
Okay.
Just because, like, again, we're doing this again.
Okay.
And all the things I mentioned. But, and a waste of time. And I am still longing. I'm waiting for that fucking adventure film that's good.
Yeah.
It's not being delivered to me.
It's not happening.
So, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, not a recommendation.
Not a recommendation. The Fantastic Four First Steps. It's about
these four people, right?
Yes.
And they are...
What adjective would you use to describe them?
Super.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Super Four.
The Super Four.
Initial motion. The Super Quartet, initial motion.
Yes, absolutely. This is the latest Marvel film from Marvel Studios, makers of the Marvel films.
Yeah.
This one is different in the sense that it marks the beginning of a new phase.
Does it?
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is like the first phase, whatever.
I didn't know that, and that's not my happy. Like I didn't even know that.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I could be wrong, but I don't care if I am. Yeah, the start of a new phase. It's set in a different universe to the usual Marvel continuity. And it's obviously the first time that these characters have been brought back in the Marvel continuity, but also the first time we've seen them since 2015, I think.
Yeah, they're in the same continuity, just a parallel universe.
Yeah,
right?
But it's not like
all the characters that we know aren't in their world.
Yeah, so there's no. It avoids the whole like, well, where's Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Where's this?
But
guy?
it's all the same. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're already the Fantastic Four here.
Yeah.
Like I said, a trend of late, one that tacitly acknowledges superhero fatigue. Isn't it?
I think
you don't want to see it again.
Well, I don't know. Does it acknowledge origin story fatigue more so than superhero fatigue?
All right. Yeah, fine. Or like superhero trope fatigue.
Yeah.
It reminds one of The Incredibles, especially with its newsreel opening. But of course, The Incredibles was itself riffing on 60s comics.
Yeah. Well, the people have long since said, haven't they, that The Incredibles is the best
Fantastic Four film. Yeah,
and this film is not even being subtle in pulling inspiration. I mean, Michael Giacchino even does the score.
That's right. Yeah. But again, it's like it's retrospective ripping off, isn't it? Because The Incredibles was drawing on Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
The aesthetic is steeped in that retrofuturism, and indeed the design, more of it practical than one might expect for an MCU film.
Yeah.
Is the best thing about it.
Yeah.
A welcome departure from the gaudy CG landscapes that have garishly adorned this franchise.
And it's nice because you probably wouldn't be able to achieve that aesthetic if this was set in the usual Marvel universe.
Yeah, because it wasn't like that.
Because it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
So if them doing that means that we get this, then it was absolutely the right move.
Yes.
But it does take us back to the whole, well, why does this need to be connected?
Oh, let's not even go into that.
You know,
yeah, why do any of them need to be connected?
We're at the point now where the only way that a standalone film can exist is if it's literally taking place in a different universe.
Yeah.
Even though we have to bookmark this one because it's going to become relevant later because they're going to show up in Doomsday or whatever.
Well, I think the headline yesterday or today was Deadpool is confirmed for Avengers Doomsday, I think.
Okay.
So whatever.
Cool. All right. I'm sure he will be exactly like the Deadpool that we all know and love, and not watered down in any way, so that film can make the most money possible from the most people.
Anyway. But the visual effects here are also decent. Even though a lot of it's practical, when they do effects, it's also pretty good.
It's well realised, isn't it? Because, like, The Thing, I feel like that's something that these films have often struggled with, because... Michael, what's his name?
Michael Chiklis.
Oh, it's Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Michael Chiklis was a big rubber suit.
Yeah, see, that's bad, but I still have a fondness
No, absolutely.
for that. Yeah.
But, like, the rocks were wrinkling in a way that rocks aren't supposed to.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And...
he was just ugly in...
is it Ben something from the 2015 films? Oh,
Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell. Jamie Bell was a CGI blob.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, Ebon Moss Backrack, it feels like they've kind of found...
This is right. Yeah,
a good level.
Yeah.
Because it also seems fairly faithful to the original design, which is nice.
Yes.
They've managed to pull that off.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
The ensemble works well together, even if they're all just kind of doing their thing to no remarkable end. The thought of being able to see a baby in the womb is horrific. I noticed they only showed us when she was very far along.
Yeah.
Incidentally, do they ever justify Sue joining them on their voyage to Galactus? Because that's some reckless shit.
Yeah, I mean, she's a superhero, so maybe they're like, oh, she'll be fine.
Yeah, we didn't actually say what the plot is. Basically, the Silver Surfer, or whatever, comes to Earth to announce the imminent arrival of Galactus.
You're all going to be eaten.
So, like, have a good final week or whatever.
Yeah.
But then they fly to Galactus. They fly to him, and they say, don't. And he's like,
no.
He's like, no, unless I can eat your baby.
Yeah.
Because your baby is...
No, not eat the baby. He wants the baby to inherit his power, right?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have this constant hunger, and it's, like, winding me up.
Yeah, but I thought...
But your baby is powerful enough that I can give that to him. He will be my inheritor.
Oh, I thought it was, I'm so hungry all the time, your baby will fill me for good. I could be wrong there. But, like, yeah...
That sounds familiar, but at the same time, I vaguely recall him talking about, like, oh, I'll pass it on to him.
Okay, that's not a big deal.
No.
But yeah, basically their baby is going to be...
sacrificed.
But like a being whose power hasn't been...
Yeah.
Like a god, basically. But yeah, so he's like, give me the baby, like, no. And so it's about, give me the baby or I'll eat Earth. So they have to kind of decide what they're going to do.
Yeah. Well, they decide very quickly.
They decide quickly, yeah. But how are they going to do it then? I never entirely settled into it. It's all very go and takes your buy-in for granted to an extent. But there was a refreshing clarity in the simplicity of the stakes and the motivations and the story. It's just about protecting a baby.
Yeah. It's like weirdly, not low stakes because the whole planet's on the line.
Yeah.
But
it's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring it down to something simple. That proposition at the heart of the drama reminded me of the moral hypothetical presented in The Leftovers and likely elsewhere. Would you kill a baby if it would cure cancer? It's that kind of question, isn't it?
Okay.
There's also the Whiff of Abraham in there too. They managed to realise the scale of Galactus rather well.
Yeah.
Him just destroying everything in his path. The baby hovering in front of him was a nice shot. There was something to that juxtaposition of magnitude. I thought that was good. You never really accept that they'd have any chance against the guy, but whatever.
Yeah.
And Ralph Ineson was not needed for the job. Nor was Julia Garner.
No, yeah. Ralph Ineson's an interesting one because that voice, man.
Yeah, his voice, but
it doesn't feel like... Because they digitize it.
They fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you're going to use him, just use his voice.
But I think it robs it of some power as well. Like, I remember his voice being far more imposing in The Witch than here.
Yeah.
When he's playing a literal, like, planet eater.
Yeah.
And that's weird.
He's more evil in The Office. That genuinely is.
But yeah, that's the thing, because I saw it in the cinema, so I was expecting to feel it in my bones when he spoke, and I didn't.
Yeah. Whereas if you're just having a chat with a guy now, you would feel it. You would rattle your bones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was like I get the logic of his casting.
Yeah.
Like why you would think that.
it's like casting that when you hear it, you go, ooh, cool. But in effect, doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's kind of like Ebon Moss-Backrack in this, where it's like,
yeah,
I'm glad that he was hired and that he's working and that he's recognized enough to be offered these roles.
Yeah.
But it's a voice acting role, basically.
Well, Vanessa Kirby is pretty established, so that's like we get a star.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is the man of the moment.
Yeah.
The other two are like, it's like an acknowledgement of their rising star status.
Okay.
Ebon Moss-Backrack's in it because of The Bear and because he's won Emmys. And Joseph Quinn is in it because of Stranger Things and Warfare and all those things.
Okay.
As it goes, it's pretty out there. You know, like Galactus and Mole Man and needing to harness all the power on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, that's goofy stuff that harkens back to the pre-Spider-Man, pre-Blade attempts at Marvel films, you know? But they managed to get away with it. The problem is, I just don't really care.
Okay.
Ultimately.
Right.
Like, it's all right, you know? It's all right. I think this is the best the MCU is going to get now.
Okay.
I just don't care, really.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter really how good it was, I don't think. I just don't care. But it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, I never saw anyone other than Pedro Pascal when he was on screen.
No.
I don't think of Mr. Fantastic.
No.
Vanessa Kirby's fine. Like, I don't really know what Sue Storm is, so I bought her a Sue Storm because I got nothing to compare it to. Again, the Thing looks like the Thing. Mm-hmm. So
Jewish. I like that weird little wrinkle to it.
Jewish. Yeah, and it has like a little romantic arc with Natasha Lyonne, which is like 2 scenes long.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, did they realise that he doesn't actually do anything?
It's for the sequels, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you got Joseph Quinn, which is like, I know enough about the Fantastic Four to know that this is a different characterization.
Yeah, somewhat.
And I don't know if it...
Yeah, originally Johnny Storm is just like proper a cocky like flying ace.
Yeah.
He's that type of guy. In this, they're all scientists.
Yeah.
And I did like that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The fact that they're all smart.
Yeah.
That's nice because it adequately explains why they would end up going to space.
Why they all go to space. It's not just
But also it's nice after the fact that like it's not like, oh, the strong guy on the team is the brute and everything has to be explained to him and they do the whole like, in English, please. There's nothing like that.
Yes, exactly. No, yeah, they're all smart and like Johnny figures something out the others don't about her language and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They all have their little thing going on, don't they?
Yeah.
Not much stretchiness.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that with Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic, my understanding of those is, I know Mr. Fantastic is smart. Yeah. Smartest man alive and all that. But he's stretchy, right? Yeah. That's his superpower. Mm-hmm. And she's the invisible woman.
Yes.
So whenever she turned invisible in this and he was stretchy, it was like...
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Like, because the film doesn't really demand that of them.
No. Like, in this, she could always do, like, the force field thing and that, which is much more...
Well, that's basically her power in this, is force fields. That's
she's by far...
way more foregrounded.
Yeah, by far the most powerful of them.
Yeah.
Which you could argue is a bit of a, But not really, because she always did kind of have those powers. They just make more of a deal of it. I mean, the Invisible Woman has basically existed in the earlier films for a naked scene.
Yes. And the closest we get here is like you see into her belly with babies.
Now they're empowered. She's an empowered woman, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I don't need another Jessica Alba. It's good to have an actress do it. Yeah. But it was fine. It was completely fine. The ending of it was very like old school ending of superhero movie. A big thing in a city. And just the 4 of them using their powers to defeat it. Yeah. Nothing special.
And I guess my only other question, in the same way we were just talking about Jurassic World and we were like, those dinosaurs never got better than 1993 Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. How is it that 1992 Terminator 2 Judgment Day is as good as a metal person ever got?
The peak. Yeah, we haven't mastered that. We haven't mastered eyes either in CG things.
No, we certainly haven't.
CG people. Yeah. Animal creatures and stuff, but not people. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the thing. We can do metal. Yeah. What's that film?
Iron Giant.
No. It's like... Oh, fuck, I'm not going to be able to remember the name of it. But there's a metal ship in it, and it's like a totally reflective... It's basically just like this metallic orb. Okay. Flight of the Navigator, I think it is.
Okay, all right.
That has like that's a ship where it's just like totally reflective metal.
Yes.
And I've seen videos on it, like people talking about like, oh, how like brilliant the effects are in that. Like we can do reflective metal things. Yeah. So why are we're still struggling with reflective metal people? Yes. Because she doesn't look, I don't know whether it's her hair or whether it's, like you said, her eyes or whether it's her physicality, but she just looks like a thing that isn't there.
Ill-defined, yeah. It's they've sort of done it as like it's a blank just one layer of metal kind of thing.
Because Johnny Storm, when he's in his full fire mode in this, he looks decent, even though it's a person that's made entirely of flames.
Yeah. I think I prefer the 2007 Silver Surfer.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Because that was more reflective. In this, it's more opaque.
Yeah, so that was disappointing. But broadly speaking, I agree with you. The effects are very good. And whenever they rely on the practical stuff, it's always refreshing. And Paul Walter Hauser.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's fun. He's
won you over, isn't he?
He's in the film for like 2 minutes, and he was one of my favourite things about it.
A lot of people say he steals the show.
Yeah. I just, like, he's done it the right way, I think. Because, when he started, he was in, like, films like Dave Made a Maze. I'm pretty sure he was in that.
I, Tonya was his kind of breakout.
Yeah, where he was playing, like, the only thing he seemed to be able to do was fat gurning.
Which is fine.
Yeah, but just like, hey...
Yeah, just kind of... just looking just sort of nonplussed.
Yeah. And I didn't... Like, I resented it because it was like, oh, that's the only thing you can do, is it?
Did you feel like you weren't being represented by on screen? Fatties are more than just heavy breathing.
No, it was more just like, oh, this guy has one thing, and that's all he's ever going to do. But then came Blackbird, and then came The Luckiest Man in America, and then came this, and it's like, no, he is an actor.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor. Yeah. He has won me over. He's proven me wrong, and I'm happy to admit that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I hope good things happen to him.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, whatever. You know?
War of the Worlds. What's it about?
I just realised it's 20 years since the Steven Spielberg one.
It is indeed.
Yeah, that's...
Let's celebrate the anniversary.
Do you think that was intentional?
No.
Because this is...
don't know how much of anything was intentional.
Because this was filmed during the pandemic. 5 years ago they made this.
Right.
And only now have they released it.
Well, that's to iron out all the kinks.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because they wouldn't want to release something that was bad, would they?
Yeah, this has joined Rotten Tomatoes' list of the 100 worst reviewed films of all time.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't strenuously argue against that placement. I had to pause constantly to make notes and just wrap my head around it all. Even the poster's rubbish. So yeah, it's Ice Cube works for Homeland Security.
Something like that.
Yeah, Department of Homeland Security. He's a computer guy. Surveillance.
Yeah.
Cameras everywhere.
He's the guy that watches the cameras that are in all of our lives, our homes and everything. And
they do the War of the Worlds thing, aliens invading, through the prism of a guy seeing it play out on screens.
Yeah. What's the term for it? Screen life.
Screen life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all on a screen.
On a computer screen, yeah.
And yeah, so it's him just watch and trying to kind of fight back against it from the room he's in.
Yeah, he's got to put together those PDFs, giving them warrants to go in and fight all the aliens. Kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so I just before we started recording, I saw a review, which is brilliant. And it was like, someone had given it 10 out of 10.
Okay.
And they said, like, among the most fun experiences I've had. And like, you know how they say you can only get everything wrong on a test if you know all the answers?
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Okay.
It's like, you can only get everything wrong if you know how to do everything right.
Okay.
I don't know if I go that far, but everything is wrong.
Yeah.
With this film. I've probably said it before, but just how depressing is it that screen life has become a genre, a style, but a term at all. The contrivance of these things continues to gall. You can do a lot using only a computer, but people don't.
That's the thing, like, searching was the one that kind of popularised this, right?
And that was sufficient.
Yeah.
That covered it.
Yeah, because that is a film about a father trying to track down his daughter. Yeah. Of course he's going to be using the internet for that. It makes perfect sense that that's all you see.
That's the best version of this, and it was enough.
Yeah. And there's something to the idea of doing an alien invasion film where you're focusing on the little guy. You're not focusing on the frontline assault, you're focusing on the people behind the scenes that are like keeping that operation moving.
Comparisons have been made to the Orson Welles radio drama that terrified everyone, you know.
Yeah.
And like, okay, you could do, maybe they were harkening back to that, like it's just one guy, you know, instead of reporting the news from a radio. There might be something to that. Might be, but there's not.
Not here. Because that's the thing. Like, okay, even if that was the idea, is we're going to do a film about the little guy, as it were.
Yeah. In
the mechanisms of our response to the aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an alien invasion film.
Yes.
Like, the only way that he can see the aliens is because the news is reporting on it before the government knows what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, that's like that. That's okay. Like, news often does know things before the government does.
Yeah, but all the time.
Not all the time. I mean, just before we go into the nitty gritty of it, like, my thinking would be making a War of the Worlds film. Well, I wouldn't do it, but that's because Spielberg did a damn good War of the Worlds film.
Yeah.
Radio managed to do it rather well.
Yeah.
There's a musical which has done it rather well, and a novel, the original novel, is rather good. And there have been TV series made that have been pretty well reviewed.
Okay.
What am I bringing to it now?
Yeah.
That's different. And they thought they were bringing something new to it.
Did they?
Well, just the whole concept of it.
Do you think they were thought that they were bringing something to War of the Worlds, or do you think they made this and it's like a Cloverfield situation where they went, well, we need to find a way to sell this. Let's call it War of the Worlds.
Yeah, to an extent, but there's one thing, but we'll come back to that.
Okay.
Most critics have highlighted the product placement as a fatal flaw. As far as I'm concerned, that's the least of it.
It's one of those rare films where it actually benefits from product placement.
Because it lends it
credibility.
Yeah. And
when you actually see
verisimilitude.
Yeah, and you're seeing Facebook and YouTube and not like the knockoff versions that they're trying to avoid copyright.
Yeah, which is always embarrassing.
Yeah.
I mean, in The Sopranos, you'd open up the kitchen cupboard and there'd be like Dolmio or whatever, or Uncle Ben's.
Yeah.
And the show was criticised. The product was like, we never received a penny. It's just that's what he would have in his cupboard.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a fine line. I can't claim to have ever liked Eva Longoria in anything, though I haven't seen Desperate Housewives. But she's having a bad year, a bad week. She's in the pickup.
She is,
as well.
yeah.
While character actors like Michael O'Neill and Clark Gregg pop up, one thing you can say in the film's favour, by accident, is that it doesn't damage their reputations, because none of them make a substantial enough contribution to be damned alongside it.
Yeah.
Of all the people in the world, why Ice Cube?
Yeah. It had to be his idea, right? Like, I want to make a film during the pandemic.
I don't know.
With my mates.
I don't know. Well, yeah, because the director is I assumed it was a black guy.
Okay.
Just because it's richly and he's directed rapper music video, but pretty sure he's a white guy.
All right.
But Ice Cube is not a guy you get for his acting chops, is he?
Well, certainly not after seeing this, no.
Well, yes, not the film requires a committed thespian, just an actor.
Yeah.
And
someone that can physically act, at the very least.
That too.
Yeah.
And I'm not arguing for his ejection from Hollywood. He has his place. It just isn't here.
No.
His character works for Homeland Security, and he's thinking of applying to the NSA. Nigger sans attitude. Not so gangster anymore, you know?
Yeah.
There's a supercut to be made, placing side by side his fatherly utterances here. It's not good for the baby. It has 0 calcium. With extracts from NWA songs. A young nigger on the warpath, and when I'm finished, it's going to be a bloodbath of cops dying in LA. By strict chain of causality, Ice Cube is in movies because he was in NWA, so there is just something funny to me about the fact he's in this dross because he used to rap "fuck the police," His aspect, one of ceaseless frozen anxiety, or trying hard for it anyway, and his reactions were a constant source of hilarity.
Yeah.
Him just staring at the screen going, hell yeah, damn, oh no, took your ass out, got him! There are stretches of this film where he's just the cliche of the black guy at the movies. Often off screen too, which makes the whole thing feel like a Mystery Science Theater straight out of Compton,
Yeah.
He's got to win the Razzie. He's got to be nominated anyway.
Absolutely.
But when his son challenges the nature of his job, he responds, look, I know someone would rather have someone watch over them than blow them up. To which the son asks, what, so it's give up our privacy or death? It's distilling the debates around mass surveillance and essential liberties to a rather profoundly dumb essence.
Yeah.
The whole thing plays like a high school issues play. That's its level, if that. The sign-off to that exchange is Cube stating, I think it's a pretty fair trade if you ask me. I'm sorry. He just isn't the guy for this.
No, but that's the thing. It's like, it's trying to have that discussion.
Yeah.
But it also seems to be blissfully unaware of how inappropriate Ice Cube's character is in the film.
I'll very quickly come to that. Okay. I just want to say later on, his son actually and unironically utters the words, the truth will set you free.
All right.
So again, but yes, Cube's maintaining a constant watch on his daughter.
Yeah.
Is treated as a dad, you're embarrassing me, overprotective idiosyncrasy. Doesn't get to the heart of how profoundly dysfunctional and creepy that is.
Not just that, but the fact that it's like the film is going, look how much invasion of our privacy is happening on a daily basis. He's hacking her fridge.
Yeah.
Like, he's seeing what's in her fridge. His son buys a video game and he hacks into his account and uninstalls the video game.
Yes.
This is not good.
No,
This is not a good thing.
No, it's not. But the film is arguing against that in its way. But the whole point is this is wrong.
But that's the thing. Ice Cube is happily engaging with that, and not for his job. He's doing it to his personal life.
Yeah.
But then later on in the film, when he turns against the government because they were doing what he's doing, but like more secretive.
Yeah.
Then we're supposed to think that he's a hero, even though you were exploiting these tools for your own end.
I mean, I'm not going to defend the film, but I will say, but that is the arc of the character, if you like.
Yeah, I know.
The whole point is he has to realize that what he was doing was wrong. That's the big emotional journey he goes on.
Yeah, but would you not agree that it puts us on the back foot when we're seeing what's supposed to be our relatable protagonist doing such like invasive things to his family in the beginning?
Yeah, but I mean, he is the guy that then has to realize that's wrong, isn't it? Again, I'm not saying it does it well or anything.
No.
But I wouldn't call it hypocrisy. I'm
not calling it hypocrisy. Okay. I'm just saying that, like,
I'm supposed to take it from this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And moments after her being attacked in the immediate wake of the invasion, Ice Cube tells her, "Look, I don't blame you for not wanting me at your baby shower." She exclaims, "Now we have to do this now," which is often a line deployed so scripts can get away with questionably timed drama. But here, it's totally incongruous. It's not a moment of respite before certain death. It's not even towards the end.
No.
Right? It's the beginning. It's 90 minutes long, and you feel every one of those minutes.
Yep.
The graphics are birdemically atrocious. Visionary helmsman Rich Lee has mostly directed music videos, like I said, some for Eminem, 2010 on.
Oh.
But the visuals here remind one of the vids for his more novelty-oriented tracks, like Without Me, We Made You, those higgledy-piggledy collages, which works for those videos, not a film. The green screen backdrops, Cube's workspace, the Oval Office, make the old Skype ones seem like Interstellar.
Well, this is what's funny, is that office he's in, it's a real office.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks
not like all of it, though, right?
No, I think it is.
It is, okay.
I like the screens. They probably like put stuff on the screens so the screens aren't actually projecting. But like later on in the film, he goes to leave the office and you see him walk to the back and like try to open the door, and it's like, oh, this is a real place he's in.
Okay. I'd have to rewatch it, but I don't think all of it is.
There is a moment where the sun, because the sun's on Zoom quite a lot.
Yeah.
And his house gets blown up by the aliens, and Ice Cube's like, no!
Yeah. Oh, damn.
No, my son.
Yeah.
Not quite like that, but whatever. And then the son calls him back, and he's like, "Oof, that was something, wasn't it?
That was tasty, wasn't it?"
Yeah. And then he like pulls down a green screen behind him to show that he's actually in a different location
with no change.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's the most perfect green screen ever.
Yeah.
There's no artifacting throughout the film to give away the fact that it's actually a green screen. But the location, the actual location he's in, looks equally as fake as the one that...
Yeah, it does. And I think the Oval Office is the worst of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it felt a bit like those COVID read-throughs. You know, the vibe of it.
Yeah, but ironically not as well acted.
Oh, yeah. No, of course.
Even though those were literally just an actor would turn up and literally read from a script.
Yeah. When the credit for director of photography popped up at the end credits, I guffawed. I'm aware that many aspects of production look silly out of context. The running in place in The Lost Pilot, Benedict Cumberbatch being Smaug. But I did constantly think of the actors holding their phones and running around the streets with nothing happening, panting and ducking and diving and lurching about like tits. When it's Cube's turn to do the same, he can't even manage that convincingly.
No.
He's like, oh no, and he just kind of stumbles a bit. It's terrible.
Did you like the bit when the alien tentacle is attacking him and he goes, "Move, bitch, get out of the way"?
I did not.
Okay.
That's not even his song, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
No. The script is embarrassingly stupid. It's possible I actually blushed watching it. I'd go so far as to call it a crime against Western civilization. There's a big revelation sequence where we all find out who's up to what, and he narrates that chain of evidence and sequence of thoughts, which isn't complex, I might add, out loud to himself. We literally have a screen where you can display video and text. It's a tool that, if used in other films, would be accused of poor exposition. But that's a luxury you have.
Yeah.
That's your platform. You can do that. I'm sure they can't help but treat the audience as dim-witted because all clues point to the filmmakers being dim-witted. But we really didn't need the coloured commentary. I'm sorry, the fruit hung low. Strange fruit. I'm all for varied takes on source material, but War of the Worlds, yeah, it's pure cynicism. It's just slapping the name on. Incidentally, there's a weird thing in the end credits where they say, based on the novel Entitled.
Yeah.
It's never that.
Yeah, it's not the novel that's entitled here, is it?
No, indeed. They actually do a title drop with a music cue to suggest how awesome that was of them.
Obviously, the president's like, it's a war of the worlds.
Yeah, and it goes, doo. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Besides the invasion itself, there's one thing they kinda keep from the original. In the book, the aliens are killed by pathogens to which they have no immunity. Other adaptations have been more direct in connecting that to their diet. Here, it's a metaphysical foodstuff. They eat data.
Yeah.
So Cube and his pals poison the data, alright?
Okay. I want to talk about this.
Yeah, go on.
Describe data to me, Sam.
What?
No.
Well, it's not real.
Well, this is the thing, because the film is like, they eat data. I'm like, okay, well then, what is data?
Yeah.
Because data is nothing, right?
Electrical signals.
Anything could be data.
Yeah.
Like, I could snap my fingers like that for the rest of the podcast now and again, and the amount of times that I've done that is data.
Yes.
Equally, I could look at my hard drive now and go like, oh, I've got 240 megabytes of data.
Yeah.
Like, data is not a thing, it's a concept.
Yeah, it's not real, yeah.
It's not real. But the film is treating it as though it is a thing.
Well, it's kind of like, yeah, if the aliens were kind of code-based, like viruses, okay, but they're not.
No.
They come down in chips.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a weird mismatch between... Look, eating data, it's a silly idea, but you can get away with it if it's all binary. If the things that want it are binary, they are three-dimensional. They're things.
You see,
they're organic things.
Even Longoria's like, look at this.
Yeah, they have tentacles. They're organic.
Yeah.
So eating data, you can't picture it. It can't be fathomed.
I'll tell you why else I can't picture it.
Why?
Data is infinite, right?
It can be, yeah.
Yeah. If I open up Microsoft Word right now and I just type in just like a full stop and I save that document, I've created data.
Yes.
So what's this bullshit about like, oh, they're eating all of the data and they're going to eat like they're acting as though like there's a finite amount of data on the planet and once the aliens have consumed it all, the world will end because but you can just create data.
It's like Galactus, isn't it? That ravenous appetite, like because they're eating the data of the data centers. They go into the hubs of data where all the data is for a big meal. Yeah,
but like, all right, let's just create some data for them. We can literally... Memory, yes, there's a finite amount of memory in the world.
Yeah.
There's a finite amount of RAM. Like, even cloud storage, that is stored on a physical server.
Yeah.
So memory there's a finite amount of. I'd buy that.
That's probably what they meant.
But they didn't say that.
No.
They said data. Of course,
it makes no fucking sense.
And when they don't just say data, we see the aliens eat Facebook.
Okay.
So it is data that they're eating.
Okay. I don't know.
Whatever the fuck data even is.
I feel like going into this with any great depth. I'm not fully equipped to have that conversation, but also, who cares?
Certainly not the filmmakers.
No.
These are the conversations you need to have when you're making the film.
Of course.
So that the audience don't need to have these conversations after the fact.
Of course. But again, like the product placement thing, I would say that's the least of it. Is everything else is so bad, why are you caring about the logic of the data?
I will say, I do agree that the whole, like, he has to order a hard drive, like a USB stick from Amazon, and the guy has to physically fly it to him with an Amazon drone, and how great Amazon is. Yeah. That's bullshit. That is bad product placement.
Yeah, of course it is. Well, it's also stupid. I mean, that's what it comes down to, is it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But like, because his son is a genius anarchist coder.
Yeah.
His daughter is a biologist.
Yes.
She's like a high... They're all... they can all help at the end.
Yeah, with their powers combined.
Yeah. But she, like... I'm sorry, I don't think she'd be fucking an Amazon guy.
Yeah.
Like a biologist, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just those...
What do they talk about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't.
Maybe that's
the point.
But he's not even like a... Like, he's a bit of a wet noodle, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a smart Amazon delivery driver.
No.
He's just meant to be a dweeb. It's the modern equivalent of, he works at a pizza place. He's a waiter.
Yeah.
Or, he's a struggling actor.
But it's alright because he can fly a drone.
He can fly a drone, and that's crucial.
Yeah. Through an alien invasion.
Dragging himself so he can put the little hard drive into the mainframe. Yeah, look, it's dumb as sin. It is utterly without merit.
Yeah.
And without a doubt, one of the worst films of the year and the decade, possibly of all time. I'll say its saving grace might be that it provokes ridicule over disgust.
Yeah.
I'm not angry with the film. I don't hate the film. It's laughable. It's just a really bad film.
I could see If you told me you will watch this film again, in the context of you'll watch it with people that haven't seen it before or maybe have seen it before for a laugh, I'd go, yeah, I could see that. Which is more than I can say for a lot of the other stuff that we've christened.
That's what keeps me from like being firm about it being one of the worst films of all time.
Yeah,
I totally get it. It's certainly one of the worst made films of all time beyond a certain level.
Yeah,
but the fact that I don't have like illness about it, you know, it's goofy, it's dumb, it's silly, it's fun. Like Ben Shapiro did a review like that went live just before we started recording.
Yeah.
And he was laughing all the way through it. And like all the reviews that people were writing, he was laughing at the reviews. And like, yeah, it's not the kind of film that you get incensed about.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what redeems it in a way.
Yeah. In the sense that this is being made instead of... Like, there's lots of great stuff that never gets made or gets cancelled.
Of course,
but this made it to the thing. But then again, they put this off for 5 years. Like, they clearly didn't want to release it.
Yeah.
And I don't know what terrible thing happened where they finally had to.
Maybe it's a tax thing, or maybe it's money laundering for the Russians or something. Like Steven Seagal's film.
I can only hope that the people that were doing their damnedest to make sure this never saw the light of day, I hope those people haven't lost their jobs now. Because it made it to market and they're like, oh, we have to punish someone for this.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to affect the director, maybe. Other than that, I don't really see it. I don't see it affecting anybody that was in it.
I don't see how, if you've seen this film, you could think about Ice Cube without thinking of this film.
That's true, but it's not going to stop him getting work.
I don't know.
It's not because you hire Ice Cube for a certain thing. And that's the problem with this film, is he wasn't the right guy for it.
Yeah.
So he's still going to get the Ice Cube roles.
Okay.
Yeah, basically like sub Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, you're in it for a bit as like the hard-nosed, evil staring like black guy.
Yeah.
Like 21 Jump Street, that's what he's for.
Yeah.
You know. And what are you for? It's for that. He's not for War of the Worlds. He's not for playing William Bradford, the the NSA analyst.
Yeah.
No. Terrible.
Okay.
Don't recommend it, but if you did watch it for a laugh, I wouldn't hold it against you.
Okay. Yeah, I have one more point.
Go on.
Mike, I have the same conclusion as you, which is for a laugh maybe. But like if you're into film, like I don't think a normal person would get anything out of it.
No.
I think a normal person would just watch this and go,
that was boring.
Not just boring, but disorientating.
Yeah.
Because the film, the way that it kind of handles being on a screen is it will zoom in on like certain elements.
Zoom and enhance.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah.
But like
the movie.
Yeah, zoom and enhance the movie. But the way that it does that is that it will physically zoom in on, say, Ice Cube. And then he'll go over and like, oh, I'm going to take control of this drone. So it zooms over to another part, like scrolls over to another part of the screen and then scrolls back. The film never like cuts. It just kind of like scrolls and fades.
It fades, which is not the right thing for a screen life film.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's not even real time. They go down to like the time in the corner of the screen and then it fades into like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Yeah, like I don't demand that it be real time, though the format suggests it.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna cut, it's just like straight cut to black, cut back in.
Yeah.
It's a screen. The screens don't fade like that, unless you have a wallpaper.
No, absolutely. But that's the thing, because they're having to physically travel around the screen to get to like the next bit of the scene. I think that, if you're prone to motion sickness, I think this could set you off, because it does move around quite a lot.
Yeah, okay.
But the irony is that it's not faster than just cutting.
Right.
And you could, you've got shows like The Bear, which have incredibly rapid editing, and they're not just cutting between things within the same scene, they're cutting between different scenes.
Yeah.
In different locations at different times with different characters. The Social Network, there's that great sequence where
he's hacking and
he's hacking and it's the party and they're going back to the lawyers and they're talking about it, and it's going to the other lawsuit in this other place, and you can create the impression of movement. And things happening.
Characters just sitting down.
And the impression of continuity. That's all editing is. It's the impression of continuity.
Yeah.
And they've robbed themselves of that. And it's slowing the film down. Because like I said, it has to physically travel around the screen rather than just Ice Cube's typing and then you see him typing and then you see the mouse.
Yeah.
This could have been achieved so much faster.
They were trying to create that sense for one shot, weren't they?
Yeah. But they don't even commit to it. Because like you said, they fade.
They fade.
Into different time periods.
Yeah.
But the horrible thing about the film is that, it's like, we're a screen life film. It's on a screen. We're committing to this gimmick to the point where you see FBI agents walking into a place that they're raiding, holding their guns and then holding their phone like with the other hand.
Yes.
So Ice Cube can see them.
Yeah. When he's at the end, when he's like trying to get the hard drive in the machine. Yeah, it's him holding his phone, like as he's being dragged off, and like I love you kids.
Yeah.
Like looking at the phone, and then he turns it so you can see him put the.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very. All these things have to be contrived.
Yeah.
For them to move anyway. But like I said, people can use computers for a lot.
Yeah.
But they don't.
No.
And it looks silly when they do.
It certainly does. But just the sheer contrivance for them to stay committed to the gimmick.
Yeah.
When Ice Cube figures out that his son is the super hacker that he's been like chasing for the whole film, they do a Hitchcock zoom.
Yes, they do.
So they fucking break.
Yeah, they break the frame.
Gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I would say just if you don't fancy watching it for the laugh, Google it, Google image it, and whatever pops up will be the film.
Yeah.
It'll just be him looking vaguely confused and anxious in that Ice Cube way.
Yeah.
And that's the film. That's what he looks like for the entire film.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. See you next time then.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.